What's up, everyone?
Hey,
Hello,
hey, hey.
hello.
How's it
How you all
going?
doing?
Welcome to another edition of the AoDiscussion. How are you?
Good.
Good, thanks. Yeah, you.
Yep.
I can't complain. I can't complain. It does no good. It does no good.
You two gents, Rob, TJ.
That's it.
Doing good.
So,
Yep.
let's give a warm welcome to our
Yes,
panel
yes.
tonight. We have with us Mr. RetroRob, Facebook gaming legend.
I don't know about legend,
Hey, you're a legend to me.
uh,
We got our good friend TJ from Waiting at the Bridge. He also dabbles in some game streaming here and there,
Yep.
as well as our good friend JD from Death Pigeon, who
Hello, hello.
also dabbles in various gaming related content. I'll let him speak to that when it's his turn. If you guys are interested in getting in with that too, that's primarily why I have these guys on with me here tonight. Not only am I a metal rock whatever I am. I'm also a big gamer, and I thought it would be cool to do something a little bit different, bring some bands in, and talk about video games, things like that. So I guess why don't we get started? Retro Rob, what do you want to say?
well, a couple of people on my page today, they want Death Pigeon's name. They were like,
I did see that. I
yeah,
did see
they were like,
that.
if he stops using that name, I want it. I was
Yeah.
like, all right.
Yeah. That's an
So
awesome name.
that was a couple comments for that today. But
That's
yeah,
amazing.
I'm excited to be here, man. It's a crazy. Just being, I don't know, one day it just went from like I was just a part of all this music community. It's pretty awesome. So
Awesome.
Nice.
I'm glad to have you here. Thank you for coming on and
yeah,
hanging out
appreciate
with us,
it.
man. TJ, what's up, man? Waiting at the
What's up?
bridge.
Yes, sir. My one-man band,
That's it.
sludge doom metal band.
Hell yeah. Good shit, though.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, it's real heavy. Of course,
That's the way it should
been
be.
playing games since the 80s.
Okay. Okay. Very good. Very good. Um, yeah. So one man sludge death band gaming
Yep.
since the 80s. Um, JD Death Pigeon, take it away.
Hello, JD. How you doing? Death Pigeon, little band, and also a gamer on YouTube. Go by the name of JD Quad. Gamed since God. Do I want to give my age? Yeah, I do. Why not? Since about 1991, I think I've been gaming.
Okay.
Wow.
And I've still got a massive love for everything Amiga, and wish that Commodore would come back. That's me.
Dude, that's
Ah,
Amiga's my jam, man. I love
Hey, what?
Amiga. Yes.
nice.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh
snap.
yeah. Did
There
you
you go.
mod yours out?
No, yeah, I did. Yeah. I've got Workbench 4 running on it.
Yeah, dude, it's so
and-
sweet. It literally looks like when you turn it on, it's like having an Amiga like on your TV. It's so wonderful
Yeah, it's
with the
beautiful.
mouse and everything. I've been playing so many point and click games on there. I'm a big like Monkey Island.
Oh yes,
Yeah, dude, I grew up with those
Right on.
point and clicks, man. So I just like,
absolutely.
yeah, and they're
Beneath the
nice
Steel
at night.
Sky.
Like when I get off of here, I'll go and wind down with a point and click in the living room at night. I got a little setup, and it looks like a little computer setup almost, like,
Oh,
but
Right.
it's not. It's the it's a mini, but yeah,
Yeah.
that's my way to decompress after a day is point and click games.
It's a good way to
dope.
decompress
Nice.
too. Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah, I do all the shooting stuff and everything, violent and crazy and racing during the day, and then at night it's like time to wind down.
What's your
Right.
all-time sort of point and click game on the Amiga? Then what's the one that you go to the most?
For the Amiga,
Yeah.
well, I could say what Super Frog.
Nice. Yeah. Team 17. Brilliant. Yeah.
That's like the Mario for the Amiga.
Right.
Absolutely.
No, I'm trying to think. There's a run and gun one where you
Turrican?
No, that one's
Nah.
good too though.
Yeah.
There's a run and gun one on there I really like a lot, but I'm blanking on it. But yeah, mostly I would say my go-to when I turn it on is definitely anything point and click. I did fire up. This is an obscure one, but Willie Beamish,
Yeah, I remember that.
The Adventures of
What?
Willie
Never played
Beamish.
that.
There's a Sega CD port of that, wasn't
Never-
there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So not being pro Amiga, whatever, but the Amiga one is a superior port over the Sega CD one.
Oh wow.
But yeah, it's a fun. I don't know, man. Every time I turn it on, it takes me back to when I was like 12, and
Yeah,
I
it's a
just
cool
get,
genre.
yeah.
Nice.
I went through I rewent through Day of the Tentacle a couple months ago. That still holds up.
Brilliant. Yes.
And obviously the old school original, Maniac Mansion. That's the legendary one. That's the one that I, default to if I'm going to play that type of game. But yeah, good stuff, man. Cool.
That's crazy
Cool.
that they were able to port that to the NES and then to use a thumb pad when we're all, more
Right.
inclined to move around. But they did a
Right.
pretty good job with that.
Yeah, I actually prefer the NES version too. The music is
Some
so
people
much
do,
better. Yeah, the music is so much better. The sprite work maybe not so much, but the music's better. And that's a lot. And as long as you got the early enough edition that you can still microwave that fucking hamster.
Yeah. Everyone's favorite go-to joke, man. Like every time I post that Maniac's Mansion, that's the first comment, man. The hamster.
Yeah, I think another difference in those ports too. I remember since if you didn't never turn on the fucking arcade machine, the high score is 0, so the code's always 00000. I don't think that works in the PC version. I think you still have to figure it out, but or Amiga. But I might be wrong. It's been a minute since I played those versions, but that was just something else that popped into my head from from playing those back in the day. So John sort of started us down on that discussion with the actually TJ did when he said the 80s, and then John said since 1991. So what's some of your earliest gaming memories, man? Like, how did you get into that shit?
I got into gaming because of my grandma, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
She had all the systems. She had the Atari. I used to go over there when I was a little bitty kid. I'd be
Right.
4 or 5 years old playing on that, Frogger, Pitfall, and all that stuff.
Nice.
Then she was the first to get the NES, and I used to always hang out there then. Yeah,
Right,
she
right.
was awesome back then.
Right.
So yeah, and I've been
Still
playing
is.
since then. Yeah. And
Okay,
she
man.
actually introduced me to all that. So that's pretty cool.
That's awesome.
That
Yeah.
is
Rob?
cool, man.
Rob?
We started off with my dad brought home the original Pong paddle. It was an all-in-one wood grain with the knobs built in on each end.
Nice.
And it was
Yes.
like 11 games on there, but they were all Pong. It was
Right.
It was like hockey, tennis.
You
But
just
it
put
was
the overlay on the TV.
Yeah, I was just going to ask
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
When you're a kid, though, man, we were, dude.
Oh.
I remember my grandpa seeing it when my dad brought it home, and he was like, "What is this sorcery?" Like we were living in the future. I mean, the TV.
Yeah, man.
That was like you only used it for the news or whatever.
Right.
So to put something else on it to entertain the family, we were just like blown away.
Oh,
It's-
absolutely.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
funny. I asked my father recently because people have been asking too when I bring up Pong. I asked him, I was like, why did you even bring it home? Because we never got anything after that. We never got an Atari or anything. And he was just like, he was just like, I don't know. He goes, I just thought it was cool. That's the reason why we got it. So,
Brilliant.
and then
Sometimes that's all it takes, I guess.
after that, my next really step into gaming were the Tiger LCD games because that's all we could afford. They were about $20 a pop, but back in late 80s, 90s, that was a lot of money.
Sure.
And then the first thing I ever got that really launched me into gaming and why my profile for my page is the Game Boy was the Game Boy. That's the first thing we really couldn't afford it, but my parents still got it for me. And because they were able to do that, it was like, it really meant a lot to me. So,
Oh, yeah.
yeah. So that's where launched. Everything started from the Game Boy with me. And then when I did modding for a while, I modded systems. The first thing I started modding were Game Boys, the original
Game Boys.
89 Game Boys.
Nice.
So, yeah.
That's
Like
awesome.
what? Like backlights and shit?
Yeah, that was back when it was really prehistoric, peeling off the polarized film, hoping not to break the glass.
Right.
And now it's like anyone can just drop in a screen and you're done.
Right.
So I don't mod anymore unless it's for favors or for friends. And then I dropped the moniker. I used to be Retro Mod Rob, and now I'm just Retro Rob. So
Yeah, it flows better anyway now, right?
yeah,
Love
it's kind of. I mean, there's so many retro like everything now that
Yeah,
it's almost
yeah.
saturated. You know, you got like
Well.
Retro Rick, Retro, Retro Larry,
Mhm.
Retro everybody. So I've been thinking about a name change, but now I don't know if I can. I think it might be too late.
Yeah, I think you're stuck, bro. I think you're stuck. How about you, Johnny boy?
I had my hand-me-downs from my cousin, so I started off 20, I think about 1990. I wasn't really into it that much. Whenever my
Ah,
friend came over, we'd play. There was a supermarket sweeps type game where you would have a trolley and you'd run around a supermarket.
a
And I kind
trolley.
of got into that. And there was another game
That means
called
something
Rockman.
completely different in the United States, man. If you're driving a
Yeah,
trolley
yeah.
around the supermarket, that's a little different here, bro. That's a little different.
Shopping cart, So, and then I had Rockman on the Vic 20, and then my cousin got rid of his Amiga that he had through college. So then I had an Amiga 500, and
Okay.
then we upgraded it to 500 plus. And then when he
Right.
finished with his 1200, I had his 1200, and I've still got 1,000, 4,500 plus, and 600 upstairs. I don't have the 1200 unfortunately anymore. But then from there, I got into point and clicks, like you, Rob. And it was Flight of the Amazon Queen, it was Monkey Island, it was Eye the Beholder, all these games I'd never ever dreamt you could have anything like this. And I pretty much got sucked into dungeon crawlers as well.
Ooh, yeah.
And
Yeah.
from there, I think now a lot of people, I think back then my mum would say you wasted your time playing games. Do you know what? Definitely not. Because then that spurred me into programming, but then spurred me into IT. So it's
Yeah, I was gonna
it's
say the
kind
same
of a-
thing, man. Yeah,
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
gonna say the
It's
same
kind of a
thing.
long sort of protracted way to say, well, it helped
Yeah.
me build a career. So
Right.
but that was
I
me
mean-
really, all Amiga.
Okay.
Nice.
It's awesome.
Yeah. I got my start with the Atari 2600 as well. One of my earliest memories is sneaking downstairs and seeing my parents playing that shit up late at night, Space Invaders and fucking Pitfall. So that's kind of where I started, was just messing around with that. And then my pops was way more into Atari than anything else, I guess, because just his age or whatever. So when the 7800 was coming out, he put his money in that instead of Nintendo or Sega. So we had the Atari 2600, and then we had the Atari 7800, and then after that flopped, he finally conceded and got the NES. So we actually didn't get the NES in our house until we had the fucking power pad with the,
Oh, yeah.
you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was God, I want to say like '88. So we were a little bit late to the NES show, but once we got that shit and Super Mario Brothers and fucking Tetris, like that changed my life, man. Obviously, so like,
Yep.
that was kind of like how we got started into it. And then I had a Game Boy the year that came out, so Super Mario Land was my John.
Oh, yeah.
And Tetris again too. So I had those, and then I just never stopped. Started delivering papers so I could afford a Sega Genesis and a Super
Nice.
Nintendo. You know what I mean? I had a Sega CD.
Oh, yeah.
We had a Sega CD. I had a 3DO for a little while.
Yeah, me too.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
we had a 3DO for a little
I
while.
haven't heard that system in a long time.
I thought
Yeah.
that was it,
Wow.
man. I thought that was the future right there. I thought.
It seemed like it. It seemed like it. It seemed like it. But then when I think we had it for like 2 weeks, and I don't remember what the return policies were back then or whatever. But I know my dad was like, "This thing was not worth $700 fucking dollars.
Yeah,
Taking it back."
I got in on a third party when they were trying to reduce costs, and so
Okay.
I got the Gold Star one with the disc.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Right.
then I was able to get the CD movie player too for it.
Okay.
For the
Nice.
back. And I thought, man, I was like, this is insane, dude. Like, I'm watching
Right.
movies,
Right.
playing
Right.
video games. I think it was like $300 for that system back then, $299.
That's a lot back then. Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. But I worked. I had a job since I was 13,
Okay.
so
Right. Yeah, I feel you. Like I said, that's how I got my Genesis and Super Nintendo, delivering fucking
Yep.
the daily news in Philly. You know what I mean? Like I was the paper boy, so I could buy paper boy. You know, right? Yeah. So I think Rob froze. You there, Rob? Look frozen. We may have lost Rob. I know he has internet issues. He's
no.
mentioned that before on some of the other posts. We'll see if he comes back. I'm just going to go ahead and let's see. We'll just stare at him for a while. All right. So that was basically my start in the gaming too, and then God, I mean, I wasn't into the sports or nothing. I didn't have a whole heck of a lot of
Yeah, I'm not really into sports either.
Yeah, so that was all I did, so it's like and back then, you know how it was too, man. Like you got a game like on your birthday and maybe Christmas, right? So
Yeah.
it didn't matter how bad those games were, dude. It wasn't like today where it's like, oh, fuck this, I'll play something else. It was like you played it, that's all you had, man. Like I remember the one year, God, I played the shit out of this game sucks too. You ever play Terminator 2 on the NES?
Mate, it does not suck.
That game is fucking terrible, John. I played the shit out of it, but that game is fucking terrible, man. The only thing that might be, man. And the only thing that might be worse than that might be like the fucking Master System port of it, which is slightly better graphics but plays worse. The NES version played over it. That was LJN. They
made some terrible classics.
Yeah, man, that's the fucking now we're sounding like the angry video game nerd. Yeah, right. But that game fucking sucked, man. What else? What else did I play the shit out of? I still have a soft spot for RoboCop, the original one. I bring that up since the new John just came out. I haven't got around to that yet, but
yeah.
That's
all I'm gonna say. To me, well, come on. I mean, what can you say, right? What can you say? If you like RoboCop, I mean, you're gonna like it. If you hate RoboCop, you're gonna hate it.
You're talking about the new one?
Yeah.
I'm gonna get it eventually when I have some time.
Yeah.
Which I was hoping Rob would be around. Let's see, he might be busy back. Let's see, still not back. I was hoping Rob was going to be around too, because one of the things I kind of want to discuss, and I mean we could definitely talk about it ourselves too, was what's your take on the current and modern state of gaming versus, nostalgia land? Which do you prefer? You know what I mean? Like that type of nonsense.
I don't like how everything's going to the pay to play thing. Like you have to buy all the stuff extra for it nowadays. It's just it's too much.
Has a service.
Everything has a battle pass now. Everything's online only. It's all money grab now.
It is. I think it takes quite a lot away from gaming as well, because you're always thinking about the next loot box. You're always thinking about, I can't complete this level because I haven't got this gun. I can't kill this boss. It's actually pushing me from AAAs back down the indie route. And I'm loving it. To be honest, it's ruined AAA gaming. It's going to get to the point where you're paying $80 for a game, and then you're paying $30 to complete every single year for your battle pass.
Right, it's insane.
It is,
and the games aren't even finished.
Speaking about old games, my sister's in the chat here, and she happened to try to embarrass me and remind me that she made me beat the. Yo, that's a legit game. I played it not too long ago. It's not a bad game, man. Capcom's Little Mermaid on the NES. Play it.
Oh my goodness, Little Mermaid.
It's not bad.
Next platformers is Aladdin, and I was going to ask whether or not Little Mermaid was like Aladdin. In the platformer style sort of.
Nah, because I mean you're underwater, so imagine more like Frog Suit Mario. Kind of like Echo the Dolphin. Kind of like Echo the Dolphin. It's Capcom-y. I mean, it feels like a fucking Capcom game, dude. It's on the NES version. Like, you know what you're getting. It's surprisingly decent, but I mean, again, it's slightly nostalgic. She's younger than me, so she had gotten it for Christmas, and it was a little too hard for her, and I didn't care. I just wanted to play a video game, So
absolutely.
But she's right. She definitely made me beat it for her. And don't touch. There was a Genesis port done later, or I don't know if it's a port or just how it was back then. You had fucking 8 games all named the same, and they were all fucking different. But the Genesis version's fucking terrible. Stay away from that one. The NES version, that one's good. If you're gonna rock a Little Mermaid game, NES is the way to go.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I brought up that thing too because I'm definitely disenfranchised with the modern state of gaming, and I think it's for slightly different reasons than you guys, though, because I'm not really, and never really have been a multiplayer dude. So, like, I agree with what you guys are saying with, like, the fucking carrot on the sticks and the battle passes and all that other bullshit, but it doesn't necessarily affect me much because I bailed out on online years ago. I don't like how every goddamn game is using either Unreal or Unity, right? So they all look the same. They all have the same pop-ins, graphically, this, that, and the other thing.
That is true.
They all feel so homogenized too. Like, every open world game now is basically fucking Ubisoft out the ass, right? I mean, like, climb some shit, look some shit, get a bunch of shit that pops up with your fucking map. And the only thing that's different is like, am I killing a Templar or a zombie? I mean, what's the fuck? Anyway.
I love that shit.
Okay, right. I'm just tired of it. Like, I feel like a lot of the innovation is just like kind of like stagnated. I mean, granted, I'm an old nostalgia dork as it is, with my musical taste. So maybe I'm just getting older. But like, modern gaming for me it doesn't have the same. It does feel lazy. It's lazy. It's expensive. The games are too long. I don't feel like Well, that's a personal thing. I get that. I don't feel like I'm playing anything new from a gameplay experience either. I think the only thing that's getting better now is the graphics. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I like Red Dead Redemption 2 a lot, right? But I mean, Red Dead Redemption 1, aside from the graphics, I mean, I might like that one fucking better, to be honest with you. Especially the Undead Nightmare. But that's neither here nor there. But I mean, I don't know. It's just, I don't know. Maybe lazy is the right term, and maybe they're not. That's just the vibe I get from it too. Like, I mean, I'm trying to think of like the last big AAA title that like I even bought, let alone cared about.
Mine.
For me,
last one for me was
Battlefield for me.
Okay.
That was terrible. God.
Was it really that bad?
The beginning, yeah. When it first came out, 2042,
it
was absolute crap.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. Yeah. Even though I don't play them, I know it got slammed for bad in the press.
The graphics look like old graphics.
Right.
The gameplay was terrible. You could shoot someone with a full clip, no damage. It was, dude. I can't explain how bad it was. That launch was the worst I've ever seen.
What about even worse than Cyberpunk? I mean,
yes, I think it was worse than Cyberpunk.
What?
Yeah.
No.
Really?
Vehicles could go up walls.
Yeah, I saw videos of that.
Crazy. Like, it was so unfinished and just like shitted out real quick. Like,
I think the other problem with the Battlefield fiasco in a way too is that like I think all SKUs were fucked up on that one, right? Yeah. We're like Cyberpunk. Like, I remember when everybody was having issues with that, and I grabbed that on I have a Series X. And I really didn't have that many issues with it. I mean, not any more than a Bethesda game, for instance. You know what I mean? So like, I mean, there were issues and there were stupid, animation drops, loops, the fucking T-posing and dumb shit. So I mean, there was definitely issues. And I saw videos of people who really had it hard, like the poor PS4 guys and all that other stuff. So I know Cyberpunk was a mess, but me personally, playing through it on Series X, I enjoyed it for what it was.
I think what really hurt those type of games, Cyberpunk and Battlefield, is that they wanted to make it for last-gen systems too.
Yeah.
And that just threw everything off.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. My PS5 couldn't play it. My Series X could. And that was on day of release. It just, PS5
yeah, that's interesting.
PS4 did.
Yeah.
PS4 Pro did, no problem. It's slower frame rate, but my
sure.
It was fine. But,
that was what I played it on too. Yeah.
That's the last pre-order I think I've done, and I don't think I'll do another pre-order.
It's been a minute since I pre-ordered anything. I don't really pre-order anyway because of digital. Like 99% of the time, I go digital anyway.
Again, Battlefield, I actually pre-ordered because I'm a huge Battlefield fan. That's
right, and I feel
so
like
bad about that.
Right, and I feel like what the fuck, right? Yeah,
man. That's the last time I've ever going to pre-order.
Yeah,
ever.
I did. I did pre-order Super Mario Wonder just because I knew, and then I canceled the pre-order, and then I bought the physical copy on day one anyway. So I guess you could say I kind of pre-ordered that, but there are, just like every rule, there's certain exceptions, and my exception's fucking Mario. I mean, who
I was just about to say, I think, to be fair, if you get a Nintendo licensed game on day of release, I'm not going to
Yeah.
say everyone, but I
Right.
do think a good 96% of them are finished. You know,
Right.
Yep.
I get it home, I whack it in my Switch, and it plays perfectly. You know,
I mean,
every Switch.
right. I mean, Nintendo for the most part is pretty solid when it comes to that type of stuff too.
Yep.
So they could
Yeah.
be
They've
a
always
little bit
been
more
pretty good.
trusted. Yeah. Right. So I mean, I was glad to see a new 2D, proper platformer. I was a little skeptical. I was like, is this going to feel like the new series? And I mean, of course it does. It's a 2D Mario game, right? But you could tell they were trying to innovate, not reiterate and stuff. It was. I'm not done with it yet, but the bit that I have got to play with whether by myself or with the kids, I'm having a good time with it. That's dope. And I mean, I guess that's a AAA game. I mean, it's a Switch game, but yeah, that's
AAA.
Yeah.
yeah. So I mean, I guess I'm not, But then again, it is a fucking property that's been out since the '80s. So
Yeah.
it does still kind of line up with the whole "I live in 1999" shit. So like,
It is quite refined as well. Nintendo's.
It is.
They've
is.
sort of got it right.
Right,
Yep.
right. So I mean, I guess kind of went off tangent there, but I guess you guys could tell I lean more towards the retro side of things too. And I don't even fuck, man. Is Xbox 360 retro now? Like, are we that old?
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
God, holy shit.
Dude, the other day I saw a post that the Xbox One is about to get retro because it was.
No.
Yeah.
Really?
It's about
I
a year
mean,
No.
before it's officially.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I know what you're saying, but like, I don't know if I buy that shit because, like, especially with the Series X just being like, take it off from there and still playing all the software and stuff. Like, one thing I'll give Microsoft this gen is the fucking backwards compatibility crown. Like, they're crushing it with that.
Yep.
It's pretty dope. It was pretty dope to turn on my Series X and like fucking be able to play fucking Panzer Dragoon Orta from the original Xbox
Oh my gosh,
again.
yes.
Yeah.
Right?
I saw that in the store and I was like, holy
Yeah,
crap, that's awesome.
yeah. I mean, I still got. I believe it or not, I got the disc somewhere, but I was like, I ain't digging for a fucking $10, whatever. I wanted to get to, but yeah, I was like, oh, this is dope. So I mean, as far as
that game's so
consoles,
awesome.
yeah, it's a great game. It is,
Yeah,
and
I loved it so much.
it looked so good for its time too. Like I was
Yeah,
like,
it was mind-blowing.
Yeah. I mean, it was the original Xbox gets too much shit. If you couldn't afford a good gaming rig back then, that was the system. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like,
Rob,
and I couldn't. Yo, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Rob is backstage, mate.
Oh,
He just said in chat.
Oh,
There he is.
other Rob.
It wasn't even my internet this time. My computer just updated.
Oh, that was funny because I said to him, I said we may have lost Rob. I said I know he's got internet issues from time to time. I said he usually gets about an hour, but maybe we got fucked. Like I don't know.
Since the Vox and Sticks one, I like anchored down my internet and like
Okay.
I even added like a extra extender. Like I have it's like NASA now here. Like
nice.
so literally as soon as we were like I was talking, it was like your computer. It just did that blue screen with the update circle. I was like, God damn it.
Right.
So sorry everyone.
Oh, you're good. I'm
All
glad you're back. You didn't miss much other than me ranting about the state of modern games and how.
I heard I
Yep.
caught the Mario Wonder part.
Yeah. You like it? I'm sure you have it.
Yeah, I'm pretty far in it right now.
Okay.
I think Mario's one of those games I always just get.
Me too.
I never fail at them to a point where I don't beat them. So
Right.
they're just- this one though I like a little bit better because you can the difficulty isn't like what we're used to. It's a lot different, and a lot of times it's a lot harder, which is good. In a good way. It's testing, which is not what we're.
Yeah, I
used
mean.
to. Yeah.
Yeah, I was saying too that like when I first announced it, I was a little skeptical only because I didn't want like another new. You know what I mean? Like new Wii U is good, but we had enough of the same game, right?
Yeah. I just
and
want
I think
Mario
that
elephant.
Oh, right. But I think the changes that they made were beneficial to the game too. It's not as frustrating a multiplayer. When you die, the whole screen doesn't pause for a second, so the turtles can do their stupid little fucking dance. You know what I mean? Like that type of stuff. I like the time limit being gone personally. There's definitely, and some of the power ups are pretty cool too.
Yeah, and then I caught the Xbox you guys Xbox 360. So
Yeah,
technically,
is that retro?
no. So technically, for games to be in a retro category, 25 years is what we're looking at. So
Okay.
25.
Okay.
25. Wow.
yeah.
25.
So
Okay.
there's really not a lot of stuff that from the Xbox 360, PS3, that kind of stuff. A lot of that's not going to be retro yet.
Right.
Interesting.
But a lot of them are getting close to what, like 15, 17 years old. certain
Yeah,
games.
they
Yeah, yeah. So if
So-
they're not retro, they're definitely starting to fall into like
They're
nostalgia.
creeping up there, yeah. So
yeah.
if you got an Xbox 360, you might start taking some ibuprofen every day.
Oh,
I need a little bit more than ibuprofen, brother.
yep.
Oh,
me
yeah.
too. I do a little bit.
That's cool. That's cool. So,
So, PS1 and PS2 are antiques.
PS2 would be 23. 20
yeah,
years,
that's
maybe
comments.
10 years.
yeah, that's getting close. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
getting
That's
close.
knocking on the door.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, Christ, the Dreamcast was 1999, so
Well,
Yeah.
that's way before its time.
yeah, agreed,
That's a great
agreed,
console. Yeah.
agreed.
That
But
was
that's what
just
brought me up to the
terrible.
question. I know, yeah, sorry, I was just gonna say that's what brought me up to the question though when I said there's Xbox 360 fucking, retro now too, because I had that bitch pre-ordered. Like I had it the day it came out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Dreamcast, I got the Christmas it came out. So it's
Yeah, same here.
like shit. I'm
Got it for
old,
Christmas.
man. Yeah, I got it for Christmas and proceeded to fucking play the shit out of Sonic Adventure and House of the Dead 2 all
yes.
day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All day. I had the whole third floor to myself, right? It was like an apartment. I had my two buddies over. The whole 2 bedrooms were up in smoke, if you catch my drift. And I was so into that shit, man. Fucking smell went downstairs. My dad started yelling at me. I had to lie. It was fun. Sorry.
No, man.
So
Yeah,
God,
the Dreamcast
okay, so-
probably would have survived longer, but the marketing is what killed Sega. It was just
Yeah.
terrible
I mean-
marketing.
Well, not only just terrible marketing, but also terrible business decisions that cost them a ton of fucking money too. Like
Right,
stealth dropping the fucking Saturn. Like nobody was prepared to just go buy it
So
like that day.
That was
know?
that
Yeah.
was communication
It was
problems.
expensive too.
Mhm.
Sega of America,
Yeah.
Sega of Japan were not on the same page, is what happened.
Nah, yeah. Well, America also thought they were going to start more focusing the pitching to 32X for a little while longer, and then
Well, they put all their cards and all their eggs in that 32X basket, and
Yeah.
they spent they spent an obscene amount of money on celebrities and press
Yep.
releases and
Yep.
advertising, and
Yep.
meanwhile Japan's like, well, we're making the Saturn, so and
like
then when
why
both,
do this, right?
oh yeah, dude, it was
Yeah.
the biggest cluster, man.
Yeah. I also think they got fucked too, based on not fucked, but I mean, the PlayStation and Saturn, although they're the same gen, are very different machines. And they excel at different things. And the market in America, anyway, shifting towards 3D style shit like Tomb Raider and then Resident Evil. Well, I mean there was ports of them on the Saturn, but they traditionally seem to perform better on the PlayStation, whereas like the arcade 2D fighters and the shoot 'em ups and that kind of shit, which was always bigger in Japan, seemed like the Saturn was tailored towards that, or like
Yep.
bigger, better
Fighter.
2D sprites, right?
Well, also
like,
because they rushed the Saturn now, so there wasn't enough time to truly develop the games the way they should have been on there. Whereas Sony
Right.
didn't have that issue, so that really hurt the
Right,
Saturn
I mean,
too.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, if you got the right developer behind it, the ship,
Yeah.
really shine. Especially with the fighting games, though, the Capcom 2D games, they were the best way to go if that's
Yeah.
what you were into.
It's like the Atari Jaguar. The Atari Jaguar could
Yeah.
have dominated if they had the right people on board with it. But they
yeah,
just
well,
Yeah.
Awful control.
poorly.
yeah, the controller did suck. Yeah, the controller was something different too.
The big phone pad.
Oh,
Yeah, I think I read something about the Jaguar. One of the issues is the way that the fucking processors were split up. One of them,
it was 232s, not
yeah,
62s.
and one of them by itself wasn't much better than the Genesis, and a lot of the developers were just too fucking lazy or didn't have the time, like Rob said,
Yeah.
to
Yeah,
Yeah.
properly utilize it. So it was basically only using half of the system.
they were.
Like,
If you
What
didn't know,
was that game? It's like, where did you learn to fly? There's like no music, no nothing. Like it looks okay, but like
Yeah.
you know, what I'm talking
Cyberpunk.
about. That's it.
Well,
Yeah.
both of the chips were, if you didn't know, were named Tom and Jerry.
Yeah, I did know that actually. Yeah,
And that's
yeah.
a big issue too for people who want to emulate. The reason they can't emulate it perfectly is because you either get really good graphics when you emulate
Right.
a Jaguar and no sound, or really good
Right.
sound and no good graphics. So it's really
No
hard. It's a
graphics.
hard. Yeah.
Yeah, I was trying
Really.
to go. I was trying to go through the Alien versus Predator on the emulator not that long ago, and you're right. Like some of it's so glitched, like I can't even play the certain those
There's a
campaigns and
developer.
stuff.
It's called Big Pemu.
Okay.
If you go to that site, it's a Windows based program, but he actually used the same program that they use in the Atari 50 for the Atari Jaguar games. So if you've played the Atari 50 and the 6 Atari Jaguar games that are on that disc, he used that same program, so you can actually now emulate Jaguar perfectly now.
Oh, yeah, I'm a little bit behind, but
So
okay.
big PEMU if you're interested. It's a free program. You
Yeah.
download it. It's got all the games on there, and then you just
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
runs really smooth.
nice.
But also, Jamsteak has got a point though.
Yeah.
So speaking of that type of stuff, now that we went into that, what do you guys think about emulation? You down or do you prefer the original? Like, how do you like to do it?
I always get told I'm wrong, but I always prefer the original. I've got everything here
I wouldn't say,
upstairs.
yeah, I wouldn't say that's wrong.
I don't think it's wrong
Like,
either.
yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say it's wrong. I would say that it doesn't fit me in the way that I would do it outside of just the collecting it. But I'm a collector by nature, so like the idea of having them all around is good. But I'm also very into the convenience of having my gaming rig have, every fucking video game from like 1970 forward, at the tip of my fingers running, if not 100% accurate, like pretty damn close to accurate. Though, I did get to the point where I was trying to buy at one point, like, modern shaped controllers that are at least similar to the original. So if I'm playing like a Genesis ROM, I got like a 8-bit do, Genesis
controller.
Saturn.
So it feels like you're playing
64
it.
blaster.
Right,
Yes.
right.
I think
So I will say
emulation
that.
is good. Emulation is good, I think, for preservation. If
Absolutely.
You want to preserve.
Yeah.
And it's also good for people like me when I travel. I like to have like a modded up system to take with me and just have all the ROMs on there for that. But I'm still a big believer in physical media and preservation of that as well. So
Sure.
Likewise. Yeah.
Sure.
But
Especially from a collection standpoint too. Like the shit just looks cool, but I mean, it also could just be regret that I sold my shit. Maybe that's what it really is. Yeah, I don't know.
A lot of games as well. When we do fully go 100% digital, a lot of these really old good games are not going to see the light of day, because a lot of these small developer houses, if say Microsoft's been on a massive buying spree, let's face it,
Right.
they aren't really going to care about the games really so much that we grew up with that had maybe a 2 or 3 developer house, say for argument's sake. So they're probably not going to put those games out. Whereas on my PlayStation 2, I've got the original Transformers, or I've got Manhunt, which doesn't run on my PC. Do you know what I mean? It's just, I suppose it's kind of, this is the nostalgia bit. The nostalgia bit for me is not owning the console. I can't let go of that game that I grew up with. That's the bit for me. I don't want to let go of that game.
Yeah,
I can see that.
but it's good that you have it though too, because I mean, if something goes wrong too digitally, right? Everything just goes away, right?
Wow.
Those systems are nice because we can all just turn them on and put a disc in, and there's no update. There's no BS, man. We can just get right into gaming. Yeah, no patch.
Day one patch.
Yeah.
Day
So
one patch.
that's another reason I love keeping my old stuff, man.
Wasn't it one of them Tony Hawk ones that was so fucked up that like whatever was on the disc, it didn't even bother. It just made you like fucking download the whole thing. Like, what a fucking double-edged sword the internet is with the games though. Like, at least we can get updates now. I mean, back in the day, you got a shit NES game. That was it. Unless you got a later revision, if you were lucky. So I mean, there's ups and downs, but I definitely think that's kind of become a crutch for developers too. Day one, here's a fucking
it because they know they can just dial it in later, man. Like that's totally how I would do my job. So you know what I mean? I'm kind of a lazy dude, like I have no problem with that. Like, hey man, you know what? We'll just patch it later.
Yeah, right. I mean,
But no, that's crappy.
yeah,
It's crappy.
it is. It's anti-consumer.
That's why I'm not I like modern gaming, but I don't like it because I dread the fact that as soon as I turn that system on, I'm I'm already waiting for some 4 to 20 gig update. Like,
Man,
Yep.
especially if you're like me too, like I don't have the time that I used to. I'm a parent. I got a full-time job. I'm married. I try to
you
fucking
sit down, you turn it on, you're like, finally, everyone's
Yeah.
quiet, everyone's in
Right.
bed,
Yep.
and then it's like 20 gig update.
Uh-huh.
Even 4 hours. Yeah.
Right. Right.
Go up yourself, Rob.
Right.
No soup
What
for
game
you.
was I playing recently? I think Starfield. When I tried that on PC Game Pass, I had it.
Mm-hmm.
We decided to test it before I bought it, and I installed it, and it was like 130 gig to install around about then. And
Right.
then when it went, I waited up until 2 o'clock in the morning, and it went live, and it went, oh, hang on, there's a 90 gig day one update, and I was like, well, I've just downloaded 130 gig. Come on, give me a break. So I just angry locked my machine, went to bed.
Right.
I
Right.
waited
I mean,
I was like, I'm not doing that. And then I
that's when
played
we
it
pull out the
in morning.
Game Boy.
Yeah, exactly.
Right,
Yeah, right.
right. Okay.
But there's a
Right.
lot of these, and
Right.
Cyberpunk did it as well. I
Right.
can't forget Cyberpunk. It's good now though. I like it.
Right.
But
Right.
Yeah.
having
Right.
installing a 200 gig game and then installing another 100 gig to fix it, and it doesn't fix it. That hurt.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, one cool thing that we have now with all the technology and the internet and shit, and I'll pivot slightly here. Game streaming. That I know both TJ and JD are big on the game streaming stuff. So
Yeah.
why don't you guys take the opportunity to let everybody out there in Wonderland know what you guys do, but as well as that, what are your thoughts on it? Good, bad? Do you prefer like competitive stuff, or do you prefer like let's plays? Do you like both? Like what are you into, man?
I'm for both. Anything, pretty much. But I do stream some competitive stuff, and I also stream like just single player gaming stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I do notice the competitive stuff gets more views.
Okay.
But I
I
don't always
guess that
feel like
makes
being
sense.
competitive because I'm tired at the end of the day and
Right.
stuff. So I was like, I don't want to
Yeah.
be competitive. But yeah.
I just can't because I suck. So nobody wants to watch me
And also,
fucking lose.
so many
you know?
cheaters out there now, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, do you play when you do competitive stuff and you're streaming? I'm going to assume, and correct me if I'm wrong, probably more PC than console. Yeah.
Yeah. I do on console, but yeah, there's a lot
Okay.
of PC players out there for that.
Right.
Which I had the
okay.
disadvantage of then because console versus PC. PC's
Sure.
always going to win.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay.
But yeah, I started like in I think 2021. So when I first started
Okay.
streaming.
Okay.
Yeah, I noticed after like guys like Dr. Disrespect and all that, streaming all the time,
Yeah.
making all that big money, I was like, oh, I can
Yeah,
get on
well,
this.
yeah, I mean, yeah, yeah. Even I know who he is, and like,
Yeah,
I mean, I watch video game content, and I do watch streaming sometimes, but it's usually like I'm so stuck in the back of the day. It's like a Mario speed run, or some dude trying to do that, or something like that.
it does blow my mind how many people watch other people play video games. It's just so
Yeah.
I mean,
When you could be playing
yeah.
yourself.
yeah,
That's what I tell my son. And then I catch myself going to bed and I'm watching. But I mean, I'm like, no, but this is different because this is a history of a making of. But I mean, it's still the same thing in a way,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like, yeah.
I'll game, but then I'll stream my friend's stuff on my phone next to me, just so I'm supporting.
nice.
Wow.
Cause,
Yeah, I do that too.
Right.
With some of my other streaming friends.
yeah, it's good to support, especially if that's like their main gig or source of income.
Sure.
Yeah,
I make decent income with it.
that's
It's
good.
nothing
Yeah.
you could. It's nothing you could really
That's very
live off of. Really support it, but it's nice having that extra income coming in.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
I stream on Twitch, but I don't do it. I'm not committed to it, so it's like I'm like one of those like pop-up bands. You guys could probably relate, right? This is a music thing for you. I just show up and play. No one ever knows when I'm going to come on. So
Okay. That's kind of.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of neat, though. I mean, especially if you can get away with that. I mean, you have enough
Yeah.
of an audience that when you pop up, it's like, oh shit, let's go watch Rob. That's
Yeah.
kind of cool.
I
Yeah,
did
that's
tell
cool.
people though that what like specifically was streaming though the other night and let people know because it was the new RoboCop game and I wanted everyone to
Oh,
get
nice.
a chance to.
Yeah, I know. I'm
want
not
that
new.
one.
I was going to say I want that too. I'm not. I know I talked all kinds of shit about brand new games, but again, that falls into the whole nostalgia bait for me, doesn't it? RoboCop.
Dude, it's awesome, man. It's so amazing.
Yeah.
There's no way I should have been watching that fucking movie when it came out, but I did. But I did.
It's one of my favorite movies as a kid.
Dude, I still say,
me too.
oh, me too. I still say I'll buy that for $1 whenever I can. Like,
I do it too.
I do too.
I'll buy that for $1.
I'll buy that for $1.
I was so freaked out.
I'm in the club. I'm like, I'll buy that for $1.
And the
Oops.
guy got hit with toxic waste. That stuck in my head for like a long time as a kid.
Yo,
Yeah,
or
those,
like,
those effects were really awesome.
oh, they all practical too. Like, I
Yeah.
do. I mean, my oldest is 21, and they were up here. God, maybe like 3 years ago, and once in a while they'll want to go old school with pops, and I put on a little bit of the first RoboCop, and we got to the point where they blow his fucking arms off, they blow his fucking legs off. He's all, and mind you, this is all the fucking Red Foreman from that '70s show is doing all that shit, right? And then like Murphy's all crawling around. I'm like, holy shit! Like my parents let me watch this when I was like fucking 5, like or 6, man. Like,
Yep.
ah, man. And
Did
then
you
I'm like,
see-
God, that explains a lot. Like,
Do you see the extended cut where they show it's even more shooting of him?
That's the one we were watching. So like that might have had something to do with it too.
Yeah.
But but I was like, holy shit, this is cool.
Man.
I was like to the little ones, I was like, oh hey, get out here.
What did you think of the remake?
You know what? I didn't hate it for what it was. It could have been better, like most things, but like I think that it like got shat on probably a little bit more than it deserved.
Yeah.
And I think, and this is going to sound stupid. It's funny you say that because I just had this conversation with JD like a week or two ago, man.
Okay.
Remember, John? We were just fucking talking about it.
Yeah.
I said that they should have left it fucking painted silver, like painting it black.
Yeah.
Like, in one part of the movie where it's still kind of silver, it still kind of looks like it, even with him moving faster and the way they explain things. I think that would have helped.
Yeah.
Once they made it black, it was like, I'm Batman.
And they gave
And,
him one fleshy hand.
Well, right.
Yeah.
So I mean, I definitely had some issues with it, but I didn't hate it. I'll admit
Right.
it. I didn't hate it.
I was always just curious, like,
I
because there's a huge divide. It's kind of like
Oh, sure.
the 2016 female Ghostbusters.
Yeah, or what about we're gonna skip that. What about
Did you know
I
I
was
was doing that?
it's alright. I was gonna say Total Recall.
That's his faces. Okay,
Oh,
moving
the
on.
Colin
Total
Farrell.
Recall. Yeah, Total
Oh,
Recall.
yeah.
I would
Yeah.
not watch it.
It was like forgettable. I was just about to say, like, to this day, I still remember. Makes me wish I had 3 hands, and Quato coming out. I've never been to Mars. 2 weeks, like all the Arnoldisms, hottest. Back when fucking Sharon Stone was still at the top. I mean, dude, come on, man. I remember a lot about that
I
fucking
watched
movie.
the new one. I couldn't bring myself to do it.
I watched it. And that's my point, though, and I don't remember a goddamn thing about it other than it exists, right?
Yeah.
Or at least RoboCop, I was able to talk to you a little bit about it. I also liked how they had like their version of like the TV commercial satire and stuff. Like you could tell they were trying to stay true to it. But I mean, no, I mean,
but with their take on it, yeah.
yeah, but it was better than RoboCop 3.
But he had a jetpack.
He did have a jetpack, which made the game cool. Back to the
I would
video
think
game
that
pivot.
part- that they were the OCP. The police are so fucking broke and have no money, but RoboCop's zipping around with a
Rocket pack. Yeah, right. Well, I mean,
Well,
all,
that's why.
yeah, I mean, all he eats is baby food. It evens out, like-
Yeah. That's where they cut costs, right?
right.
All their
Some of that shit was dope, though. Right. Or like in the second one where they're trying to make all the other RoboCops, and that one just rips his fucking head off and like falls over. Like I still laugh at that shit, man. Like
That was
the ninja
hilarious.
too? Was the
Yeah.
third one the one with the
That-
ninja robot, or was that 2?
oh god.
There was
No,
the
that's
one with the
that's the
sword,
third
he was
one,
like
I
a
think.
ninja robot, wasn't it?
I think that-
I think.
Yeah, I think it was the third one. Yeah, that was the most absurd one. And,
Yep.
and there was a TV series too. Do y'all remember that? There was a fucking
like that.
yeah. I did too. I mean, I was young, but yeah. Christ.
Well, Chris, we're gonna
I
watch
saw this
it.
stuff up. I'm like, yeah, just watch it all.
Right.
Apart from three.
Do you remember the cartoon?
Oh
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a cartoon. Yeah, I had the fucking toys from
Yeah.
it, man.
I still have them. Yeah, I've got the figures. Yep.
Yeah, I got one somewhere. Just
It came with
Murphy and
the caps he put in his back, and it sounded
yeah,
like he's shooting.
Oh,
yeah,
I had that too.
yeah. I had that too.
Yeah.
I had the
Yeah.
fucking I had the He-Man one that would do that too. It was like Power Punch
Like the He-Man.
He-Man or some
Yeah.
shit. Yeah, I still got it somewhere, man.
That's cool, man.
Yeah, I still got that shit somewhere.
Toys were on a different level back then.
Yeah,
Yep.
we're
Big time.
we may have to have a fucking toy AO discussion later on down the line. Yeah, me
Yeah,
too.
Yeah,
the
all
one
I'm
those
still
toys.
buying them, man. I'm still buying them. I'm still
Yeah,
buying them.
likewise.
am
I'm still
too.
some on eBay. So.
I'm still buying them. We got a question for you there, JD from the Alien.
This is what you drinking.
Mr. Narok. What am I drinking? Pepsi Max. I'm not sponsored. Please sponsor. I'm just trying to stay awake, mate.
Right.
There's nothing nice.
No doubt. So, whatchamacallit? In a couple of minutes, I was going to pitch the idea, and we'll see how the chat feels about this too. I talked to you guys earlier about all joining up and trying to play a game together since it's gaming night. I thought that might be something that we could share with the audience that would be fun. It's nothing too complicated. I'm going to try to set it up to stream through all this. I'm pretty sure that I can, and then
Sweet.
we can take it from there if you want to try that. Anybody out there in the audience may or may not have heard of it. We're going to try to do a little bit of Jackbox TV gaming here. Once I get the fellows in, I will release the code to the public. If any of you people out of the audience feel the need to grab a cell phone, join on in, and play along. So you guys bear with me. I'm going to try to set this shit up. Give me a second.
Cool. I've got my phone.
So just a little random fact. I was part of the Blockbuster 1994 Gaming Championship.
Nice!
No
Do
way.
you have the cartridge?
I have the little plaque thing that says it on there stuff. But yeah, I was part of it. I got knocked out pretty early on though. I was like,
man.
I made it to
That's
9th
cool,
place,
though.
I think.
Okay.
Wow,
So,
that's
yeah.
good, man.
That's when they used to do the in-store stuff, right?
Yeah, Blockbuster in store.
Yeah,
You
man.
go there and you play a game and try to get the high score. Like, yeah.
I was
you played,
I was an assistant manager at Funko Land for like 2 years.
nice.
So we used to do the in-store tournaments there too, but it was nothing like Blockbuster, man. That's incredible.
Yeah.
That you got to be part of that.
Yeah, that's
Some
really
great,
awesome.
great prizes too. Did you get like any swag or T-shirts or anything?
No, I
Oh,
was
no?
only the top certain. I wasn't part of it. I was
Yeah.
made 9th place in my area, but yeah,
That's
it's
still
pretty cool,
impressive though for an
Yeah.
area, right?
Yeah.
yeah.
Jeez.
I think they took like the top number one player, then out of each area, gets district, whatever. So
Yeah.
for the main,
I was always
part
too
of it.
chicken to enter. Too scared.
Yeah, it was really nervous, especially being a little kid. I was just sitting there like, oh crap, I hope I don't mess up or anything.
Yeah, it was all eyes on you, man.
Yeah.
So
How many-
JD,
how
I'm
many of you
assuming.
were- Oh, sorry. Rob.
I was gonna say, I'm assuming you're in England then.
Me? Yes.
Yeah,
Yes, I
okay.
am. Yeah, that's right. Welsh I am, but England is where I live. Yeah, that's right.
Oh, so you're in Wales?
I'm from Wales, but
Okay.
I'm living in England.
I've
just
been
across the
to.
border.
I visited Cardiff for a week.
Oh, have you? Well, Swansea is where I'm from, the next city over.
Okay, yeah, it's a beautiful town. I think I liked it more than London. So
Yeah, really. Yeah, well,
I did.
yeah. London's kind of hit and miss.
they had a beautiful soccer stadium, I remember, and it was right near the water.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
it was like a perfect, like a seaport town, but had a nice little like cozy village, but enough city to it. I don't know. I
that's
thought it was gorgeous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be probably Cardiff Arms Park.
Okay.
Would be the stadium near it. Yeah, all of South Wales is on a,
Yeah, it was
is on,
great.
is on a port. It's all yeah. Oh, it's amazing. When did you visit?
2013, I was in England for about a month and a half.
Oh, nice.
And
Nice.
dude, I lived too, man. I totally lived. I went and saw everything. I went to like Salisbury. I saw the Magna Carta.
Really?
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
Nice.
I went obviously to all the London tourist place, but then I was like, dude, Cardiff's like 5 hours, so I just drove. and just stayed there for a week. I stayed at a Comfort Inn.
Nice.
Yeah, yeah, I loved it, man.
Brilliant.
It was a really great trip. If I
good.
could have lived somewhere else besides the States, I would go to England. So
Really?
Yeah.
we're actually planning a trip to Ireland next spring.
Oh,
Oh,
nice.
amazing.
So, yeah,
I've never
so
been. I've always
I
wanted
might
to go.
shoot. What's that?
I've never been to Ireland. I've always wanted to go.
Yeah, neither have I.
Yeah.
I want to try and maybe shoot back down though to England while I'm there because I might be collabing with another YouTuber over there, and then there's a store over there that wants me to come visit. So
Nice.
yeah,
Nice.
so I'd like to
Nice.
make a big trip out of it.
Absolutely.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Jackbox.
Jackbox. T-shirt knockout.
All right,
Is this one
so
last time, Rob?
yeah, it
It's
is.
like
Now this may be lamer than I thought it was going to be, unfortunately, because I can't get the audio to fucking share easily. So this could be a shitty experiment that ends very, very quickly. But I'm down to
I can make this sounds myself. Just
damn it! You
So
don't
we'll
tell them.
see.
You could have fooled them, TJ. Don't tell them you were doing this.
oh yeah. You never heard that. You never heard me say that.
Right. So you guys, to join up with me here, I put the code in the private chat in the studio. If you guys can click that,
Oh.
and you'll go to that website and you'll pop that code in, and then it should let you join the game.
It's just Jackbox TV.
Yeah. So hopefully that'll work. I'm hoping that the gist of it gets across, that it'll always be fun to do around. If not, it'll just be ridiculously stupid, and I'll try to explain it the best I can, and I'll do some research into maybe doing it again where I can actually share the sound out, but unfortunately, it's yelling at me to play the game in a tab, which I can't, since I'm legit running it on the same PC that I'm doing this from, so... We shall see how this goes. Okay, so we got all of us in here. I have 4 open slots. I'm going to go ahead and show the code to anybody out there in the audience who would like to try to get in on this fucking nonsense.
You're really selling it, man.
I'll buy that for $1.
Exactly.
Hey, everyone, this is a shitty experience, but we really want you to play. So
I'll try to explain it to you. Like, I don't think it's going to matter too much so we can't hear it. The gist of it is it's going to ask us to draw some pictures, and then afterwards type a bunch of slogans in, right? And then it's going to randomly send the pictures we draw and the slogans we draw to our screens, and we're going to have to assemble them together to create what we think is the funniest fucking t-shirt. And then they battle off against each other, and people vote on which shirt they think is the best.
Alrighty.
So,
So-
Zone, help us out here a minute. Is this now going to be, is mature content allowed or not? Well, are we sort of like going up to sort of like 17, or are we going over to mature? What we
I'm
doing
pretty sure that my band name has the word overdose in it, so knock yourself out, bro.
Why write something
I mean,
like
if the FBI comes after you, it's you know, like. So
I think Rob's
Facebook rules.
tricking us into making him a new T-shirt for Anger Overdose.
potentially. So we got one extra person from the audience who happens to be my sister that joined. Anybody else out there going to be playing? Come on, don't be shy. I know he's got phones. I'll give it another minute or two before I start the game. Then maybe after people see us play, if it works, maybe they'll want to join in. I don't know. But like I said, I wish the sound was playing, but I don't think it's going to be that important. I gave you guys the rundown on that. So we'll see what happens. Yeah. Excuses.
But maybe in a minute.
The code's right there on the screen now. EMSM. There we go. So, yeah. There we go. We got Mama's Made in Studio joining up. Mama! Ooh. Gonna draw a shirt today. Gonna blow us all away. Asphalt. All right. So I guess that's it. I guess that's all the people that are willing to play. That's fine. We'll still have fun anyway.
It's a lot of pressure, man.
It is. It is. It is. Now I can remember. All right, we are going to go.
Sit back and relax.
Alrighty then.
And of course, I get to hear everything.
TKO.
TKO.
TKO. We are on a island where there's a volcano. I'm paraphrasing what this dude's saying to me.
Thanks, man.
Roar!
Chapter 1, Trading Grounds.
The hell am I? Is that
Yeah,
a dugong?
Am I a monkey?
Yeah.
Just because I got big ears? That's not fair. I'm clearly all nose. Look at this.
Yeah, I'm some kind of
Oh,
bird.
I should be a rhino.
so
I should be yours, Rob. I've got the beak.
That's true.
what are we doing?
Oh, what are we doing? Are we drawing?
Oh yeah, we're drawing. Sorry. Yeah.
Oh, draw.
You gotta draw
your
3
device.
pictures. Yeah, so just draw whatever you want on your phone.
Oh, damn it, I done that wrong.
I don't know.
I mean, right. The audience can give us suggestions.
Oh, well.
This is wild.
I wish you guys could hear the sound effects. I gotta fix that for next time.
If the people at home could see this, just so they know, these are like primitive cave drawings.
Oh, they'll see them. I definitely gotta adjust the game settings too. There's a very long timer. It says waiting for other players to finish, so maybe somebody's still drawing. Make sure when you're done drawing, you hit submit. What's up, Mel?
Oh crap! This is hard.
That's what she said.
That's my line. Whose line is it anyway?
All right.
Oh yeah, there is a suggestion button that you can hit, and they'll give you an idea if you can't think of something to draw.
You draw another one?
Yeah, we got to draw 3.
Oh, right on.
Oh crap! I drew 3 in the same box. Oh man, this is gonna be way weirder. I cheated.
Yeah, well.
No, that's not good.
Mine didn't take the first time I drew it. I had to reconnect or something. Weird. Always something.
So, Zone, as we're waiting for everybody else for a second,
Sure.
your game there has got me as a Dougal. Does it know that I'm fat?
I mean, AI. I don't know. I mean, everything's spying on us, right? So I mean, it's hard to it's hard to say. Yeah, time to draw another one. Yeah. I wish. Well, they will see what we drew. But like, I wish there was a way for them to see in like real time us drawing like idiots. Like, you know. Like,
This is so fucking bad.
All right, these are terrible.
that makes it even better.
It says we have no viewers.
Oops. we tanked the show with the game.
RetroRob has left the chat.
And then in the next phase, it's going to ask us to come up with like what we think would be good T-shirt slogans, right? But the thing is we have no idea what the other people drew, right? So you just type some shit, and then it'll send them out to all of us, and we'll have to put them all together. It'll make sense.
All right.
So you like write a word, submit, and we have a time limit. You can put as many as you want, and within the time limit.
Do we just keep going, or were we just done?
Yeah, I mean, you can be done whenever you want. There's apparently a time limit, but yeah. There we go. There we go.
There we go.
Awesome.
If it ain't broke, break it. Oh,
That's amazing.
See on the shirt, you can use the arrows to change the picture and the slogan. So you got to find some stuff that you think is hilarious.
Nice.
And now they fight.
Oh, cool.
The t-shirts fight. Oh,
Yes.
And then we vote.
what an iconic movie line.
Yes.
Oh, hang on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there we
Yeah,
are. Left
I
has
think,
got to
I
win
think
that,
we
right?
saw that one.
Yeah.
Not making me right. Let's say it's Mama or Nana.
It says, "Mama, Mama, stop making me right."
I like that one. Pretty
It's
hard
always
to
going to be the left one, isn't it?
Yeah. Who's gonna win?
That's kind of funny.
Oh man.
Oh,
Interesting.
Yeah, whoever was the winner, who the champion wins a tie
Oh, okay.
every time. So if there's a tie, whoever was, yeah.
Oh,
Whoever drew that cat as well.
That's good.
to be clear, the cat's butt is Nirvana. A place of
course.
tranquility and peace.
All right.
Oh,
This is where we're at in our life right now.
oh
We can't draw with our fingers.
Look at-
All right.
wow.
What are we looking at there? Is that a taco or?
That's a
Which
volcano
one?
with a dead bird.
Oh, it's a volcano. Oh, that makes sense.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, come on, yeah.
A volcano. Oh, the
Ooh.
challenger has arrived.
Nice. And now we get to draw again.
Chapter 3.
Right.
Oh boy.
Okay.
One drawing and then the words again. So it's a little faster this round.
I'm really leaning into this dugong thing. I'm really good.
Can't believe nobody picked my Viking. I worked so hard on it.
Yeah, sometimes it'd be that way. Imagine playing with like little kids like I do.
Yeah.
Like every picture's like a booger and Five Nights at Freddy, and like,
Dang it. I was just going to draw the 5'9" Freddy Bear, too.
that movie was better than I thought it would be.
Yeah.
Who did draw that cat? Because you've got skills. I'm not being.
I did. I did.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
TJ, that's amazing, man.
I'm the cat guy.
Meow. That's all documented on the internet that you're the guy who drew a very intricate cat butt.
Yep. That's the trailer for this episode.
Yes. Trailer. It's going to be a music video. It'll be a GIF. The butthole spin.
That's how you lure him in.
That's it.
There you go.
Word time. Oh yeah, you guys can't even hear the music. I can. That sucks. I'm all bouncing
Sing
around.
it for us, Rob. Sing it for us, man.
There's
Yeah.
no lyrics. It's just like. It's got some crazy sound effects.
Oh yeah.
Oh. Oh, that's perfect. Beef, mind the buzz. Oh, beep, mind the buzz. What's the
beef, mind the bus is better.
what's the first drawing of? What is that?
A heart. I think it's Mama's again.
No, there's the other one though. Is that like a body or
I think so.
is it covering up the privates? Is that? Well, it doesn't matter now. We'll never know now. Mystery shirt. Oh, my airplane made it.
Hey, that deserves a vote just for that.
A very phallic airplane has arrived, everyone.
It looks kind of like Atari 2600 a little bit. Like it's pretty good. I like it.
Oh, that was a pity win. Because I shouldn't have said anything. That's why. They're like, oh, that poor handicap Rob.
What the?
He's dead.
Is the sun yelling at him? Like,
He's the winner, man.
right? Like,
Who's
damn, it was a shirtality. Flawless victory. Shirtality.
Ooh.
Ah, Jesus.
That's great. That's good. Circle Throne says, he don't lift no more. That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Shirtality.
Another one. Wow. Just back to back.
Oh yeah.
Is that a blood? Like,
Yeah,
it is. Yes, I love it.
Apparently this is Hank when he got back from Vietnam.
Yeah, it kind of does.
That's war torn.
Damn, another one. Damn, those 3 in a row, shirtalities.
That right there is some shit that has seen some shit.
Oh my god.
Oh, brilliant.
Throne said the same thing. Is that Mr. Haggy?
It was.
Oh shit.
There he is. Jesus.
Oh man.
It's hard to choose.
Nice.
I gotta get my asthma pump. Give me a minute.
Oh,
Serenity now.
Killing me. It's almost like a carrot.
I thought that at first. I was like, is that a carrot or a blunt? Oh man! It's
This
tough.
could be a tie.
oh boy.
It's tough.
What do we want? Poop or where it came from?
That's a damn good question.
This is a bad afterlife question right here.
we go into the
Badass
deep
one.
topics. We get into the deep topics here on the AO
Very
discussion.
enlightening show tonight.
We've chosen butthole, cat butthole.
It
You've
is
reached
Nirvana.
Right, it is Nirvana.
Oh man.
The other thing that's kind of funny, I don't know if they still do it or not, but you used to be able to pay money to get the shirts made if you wanted to. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
man.
You still might be able
Oh,
to.
yeah,
I'm not doing it, but anybody in the audience want to rewatch it and get their own
that is awesome.
Nirvana cat bunghole. Go for
Definitely a
it.
conversation starter at parties. So,
It is for sure.
hey man,
For
what's on that
sure.
shirt?
Absolutely.
Oh, and
That
is
is
this a
awesome.
story?
Good shit, right, guys? That was fun, right?
Yeah.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah. Thank you guys for joining in and playing with me on that. It worked better than I anticipated for not having the fucking sound. I played it enough times. I was like, I don't really know if they really need the sound. It would have been better if you guys could hear it too, but you know. Unfortunately, I'm a fucking noob, and well, there we go. So, thank you guys for joining me on that game there.
That's awesome.
That was good fun, that was. Yeah.
Thank you, Mama, and thank you to Christina, my sister, for joining us as well.
I might do this on my stream.
Yeah, man, let me know. Yeah. I mean, especially when you get a bunch of people playing too, and then like if you got like a large audience member too, like they can go to the site too, right, and not necessarily be a player, but for that particular one, they can give out suggestions and things like that too, right?
Nice.
And those games all exist within collections. There's probably like 3 to 5 games in each collection, and they're all
Oh
different.
wow.
So like, that's like number 3, I think, or something that has that one. But there's other ones with different drawing games. Like one of them, you got to fucking draw like boxers, right? Like who you would think would win in a fight, and weird shit like that. Then and they're not all drawing games either. Some are like trivia, pop culture, that
cool.
kind of shit. Yeah.
Cool. Got my idea of Newgrounds.
So that was
Cool,
that.
what's that?
That was TKO. Hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope the audience at least got a laugh out of the fucking pictures and saw our magnificent artistic ability.
And they were like,
Now-
wow, what a fun
Right.
camp those guys are at.
Yeah, right. Well, what's awesome too is like 2 of the bigger indie music video creators, Mojo and Mama. Mama was actually playing, are both in the chat.
Oh, nice.
So they got to, see why they get to make all our art. Trying to do something here. Bear with me a second here. Oh, exactly.
Right, real quick.
Sure.
Worst and best game movie adaptation movie.
Game movie adaptation. See, best or my favorite, because they could be different, right? But I'm going to go with
Yeah.
GoldenEye. I'm going to go with GoldenEye. At 64.
Yeah.
Even with all its tech shit and its age and everything, it's still fun as fucking hell. I would have that would be mine. You?
Man, there's so many to choose from. I was gonna
Worst Top
say,
Gun in yes.
You really? I don't hate that game, but you know what? We talked about that earlier. That was one of them games that I had for like a year until I got another game, so I played the shit out of it. You know what I mean? Like, I could refuel, I could land. Top Gun.
I'd say my worst is gonna be the Bram Stoker's Dracula for Sega CD.
We were talking about that on your
no.
post. That game is terrible.
Yeah, man, what a turd, man. I had such high hopes because of the movie and everything, and then the FMV and the CD quality sound and everything. But my God, dude, that's definitely my worst. Only because it let me down so much.
Ah, it was bad though. I mean, it played like fucking Sub-Zero Mythologies,
Oh,
the
it's terrible.
worst.
Oh.
The
Like,
jumps were off. His back would turn
yeah,
at you, and like you'd go to kick
it's
them, but they'd already hit you.
bad. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's bad. I wanted to like it too because the screenshots it looks alright in, and the NES version isn't terrible. It's alright.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, Last of Us is an amazing show.
like
That
see.
TV show is incredible. I
Yeah,
preferred that to the game. I came to the
Awesome.
game very late, and I didn't like the game at all.
Oh,
I think
we're
because
good
so
luck.
many
I've never
games
played the
were trying
game.
to emulate it. But that TV
Yeah.
show is phenomenal.
Yeah, I've
I
never
still
played
gotta
the
get
game,
into
but
it. I
I've
haven't
seen a lot of
watched
video of
it.
it.
My wife is in the middle of crocheting some brains, some AOD brains.
Oh, nice.
Keep
Oh,
your eyes,
cool.
keep your eyes on my page. I'm sorry. What were you saying, John? I missed yours. I heard Rob talking about how shitty fucking Dracula is, though, and I agree.
Hey, Mark
Yeah.
Nerd 42. So my streaming buddies and
Okay.
ex-bandmate
What's up?
too.
Cool, man.
Yeah, used to play
Welcome
drums
aboard,
in the band.
everyone. Nice.
Awesome,
Nice.
dude.
Was it the best game?
Yeah, either
movie
one,
game adaptation or worse?
Both.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
didn't
both.
hear the worst part.
Goldeneye.
Worse.
Worse.
Yeah, best and worst.
I did my worst already, so
Yeah, GoldenEye for me. I meant to say.
I'll knock out my best real quick. I like the Die Hard trilogy on PS1,
Yeah. Yeah.
except for the taxi cab part. They could have left that out.
That's a good game, though. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's
JD, did
that?
you have
I
one?
think-
What did you have a worst or best?
Yeah, Clive Barker's Nightbreed would be the worst on the Amiga.
Oh,
I mean,
I
that
do
was
know.
that was terrible.
Yeah, I don't
Yes.
think I ever
Everyone
played
to play a
that.
game which I really loved the film, but you try and play that game and the running scene is just awful. The whole thing is just yeah. I was going to go with ET as well for worst, but I think everybody
Oh!
ET, right?
Well, that's a given.
Yeah, I mean,
that's a given.
everybody says that though too.
Yeah.
Like,
Sorry, Indiana Jones. That was pretty bad.
yeah.
I don't know.
Tom's
Oh,
coming.
Oh, I love
snap.
the music.
Oh, snap.
Hello, gentlemen.
Dom,
Hey, Zorn. How's it going, buddy?
not bad. How are you, sir?
Yeah, I'm doing pretty good for a Saturday. Pretty good indeed.
Glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. Welcome aboard.
Well, thank you for having me. Wait, who's here? I didn't know you were doing something. I was just calling.
We got our good friends RetroRob, TJ from Waiting at the Bridge, and JD from Death Pigeon.
Nice. Well, I hope you don't have to wait that long, man. It's getting cold out, at least where I'm at. So, yeah, hope whatever's coming comes soon.
Yep.
Agreed.
Nice. So, I was kind of listening to what you guys were talking about. So I wanted to pop on real quick, ask you a quick question. Do you guys ever try and make words when you burp?
I can't put no.
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
I think I heard no to JD. Did you say no?
I can't burp, mate. I'm
Oh,
just
you
going to
can't
put a
burp?
spanner
Oh.
in the works, mate. I just can't burp, mate. I can't.
Really?
I'm not going to give you the satisfaction. Yeah, no, sorry. So no.
I absolutely do.
You did the one, yeah. Okay. All right. Oh, jeez. What's happening?
Oh.
Oh no. Oh, good. Well, I chose the wrong
We
time.
interrupt this
Damn.
program to bring you a special bulletin.
This is pretty awesome.
But your overlord is here.
Oh, jeez.
Dude, that's badass.
That's pretty awesome.
That was pretty wicked.
That was like a
Oh, there you go.
WWE
Oh,
type
what?
intro.
Is
Oh,
he
good
here?
Looks like his mic's muted.
Hello?
He's
gotta
not
hit the
saying- he's
button.
just staring.
This might have been an invasion gone wrong.
You need some IT support for your invasion? I know a guy. He's great.
Man,
So-
I almost wore that
I
same
seem to
outfit.
have
That would
fallen
have been
asleep.
embarrassing.
Oh, sorry, I forgot to turn my gay voice on.
There he is. Vile's awake.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, how are you, Vile? How's the invasion?
I'm good. I lost my job at the bank today. A lady
Oh,
asked me,
Oh,
a lady asked me to check on her balance, and well, I pushed her.
oh
that'll do it.
yeah, that's definitely
Yep.
will. Well,
She
Vile,
didn't
you
have
actually
good
popped in at a
balance.
well, that's old people have that problem. So you did pop in at a good time. I was just asking the boys a pretty serious question. Would you, as an alien overlord, do you try and make words when you burp?
Unfortunately, it all comes out of one hole. All of it.
Alrighty then.
Sanity. Well, interesting. See you guys later.
All right.
Right on.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dom from James Day. Yeah. And we are apparently still under the invasion of Vile, the Overlord of Narok.
Yes, you are.
How are you tonight?
Since
Good.
arriving to your planet, I have some questions about your history. And
Uh-oh.
some of these things are quite strange. So I'm going to ask 3 questions. Just 3. And whoever
It's about as high as I can
guesses
count.
the correct answer, whoever guesses the correct answers won't be vaporized. I know where you all live.
What if you want to be vaporized? Well, I'll volunteer.
Just answer wrong on purpose.
First in line. Are we ready?
We're ready.
Sure.
Ketchup was once sold as what?
Cats up?
Body lotion.
Catsup, ketchup, potato.
Body lotion. Did I hear that correct?
Cat butt paste.
I'm sensing a theme for tonight's episode.
So don't grocery shop with Rob. Got it.
Does anyone know what ketchup was originally made for?
Lubricant.
Medicine.
For what?
Lubricant.
I believe you, but I'm just curious as to what it
fucking
cures.
mind, that's what I'm confused about.
Interesting.
Very interesting.
Anal warts.
Hey, man. You do you. I guess.
Yeah,
All right. Well,
if you got anal warts or something, slap a little bit of ketchup on there. It might take care of it.
what works better, Hunts or Heinz?
Before cheese.
Probably Heinz.
I was thinking the same thing. Yeah.
It sounds like it would go on your hind anyways, right?
Yeah.
No.
Agreed.
Before cheese was sold when getting your picture taken. What word was commonly said before cheese?
Fuck. Stand still.
Fuck.
Stay.
Prunes.
Don't move.
I'll buy that for $1.
I don't know.
Would you like to
I don't know
phone
the
a
answer.
friend?
All my friends are here.
Was it fire?
Well, the answer is prunes.
Prunes.
It was in the middle of the 1840s. Apparently, before cheese
Say
was
prunes.
the common word to get your picture taken, it was prunes because prunes made a weird face.
Prunes.
I know prunes make you shit.
My final question. Who was the first person to take a piss on the moon?
Old back
Well,
night.
me.
Oh, I'll come clean.
Batman.
I did it. I did it.
Picture
I was
didn't
drunk,
happen. Picture didn't happen.
Yeah, in fact, there was a person that took a piss right on the moon.
Well, it had to be like one of the Buzz Aldrin type
Any
people,
guesses?
right?
I mean, whoa, hang on. Can we just look at the science of this for a second, right? First of all, you're in a
Bang!
you're in a
Yes,
vacuum.
someone got it.
Whoa.
Who got it?
Vacuum, right? You got your spacesuit on. I can't with gloves on. With cotton gloves. I can't open my front door.
I can't hear JD. What the fuck? It was Buzz Aldrin, y'all. What the fuck?
That's what he said.
I did say that, yeah. All right, I live. Right? 1 out of 3.
Questions.
1 out of 3, babe. Nah.
1 out of 3. Yeah, you win. You're not gonna get vaporized anytime soon.
Sweet. Unless it's
The rest of y'all
deliberate.
suck. God, you don't know your irrelevant history? Damn.
Nope.
Shit.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. That was fun. This has been the alien invasion of irrelevant history with Nayrock.
Nice.
Pretty fucking much. Deuces.
Well, that was cool. Is that the dude when I was on the last show who like they're surprised he's awake or whatever?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's Vile. That's Vile.
Cool, man.
He's
Good
a cool
to see a
dude.
face, I think.
That was fun. Couple of new segments, couple of things, So, yeah, man. Thank you guys for playing that game. That was good shit. Maybe we can try doing something like that again. Like I said, there's a whole bunch of different fucking games, man. You can get real intricate. You can get real thrown together like I did. Yeah, and we're at half worked, But it was fun. Got to see some funny pictures.
Yep.
Nice. Yeah.
So, back to the video game talk. Christmas is coming. End of the year. All the games that are out or whatever. Anything that's not out yet you're looking forward to, or is that pretty much it? And if so, what would you call your game of the year?
I'm looking forward to Warhammer Space Marine 2.
Okay,
Ooh.
I'm a huge Warhammer 40k nerd, so
that's cool.
It's a
Okay,
good series.
yeah.
Yeah.
I played the tabletop a lot years ago, but got
right.
too expensive now.
Yeah, right. Well, how's everything?
Yep.
Rob?
I don't really have much planned to get the rest of the year. I've got my eyes on the new Alan Wake, but I'm disappointed.
Yeah.
I'm disappointed it's digital only, so I'm holding out to see if someone will make it
Okay.
physical media.
Right.
I do have a Bomb Rush Cyberpunk physical game coming. That's the new
Okay.
kind of Jet Set Radio. If you're a Jet Set Radio fan,
Yeah, I remember it. Jack Grimes
and
did that, yeah.
from England, I'm getting the new special edition Duke Nukem Evercade system. They only made 2,000.
Nice.
I was able to secure one.
Yeah,
and
you're
that
a big
comes,
Duke guy, right?
yep. So that comes this
Yeah.
month. So I'm really
Okay.
excited for it. It like lights up and it's got all the Duke Nukem radioactive symbols on it. And
It's probably good I didn't hop on that because I would have bought it too if I knew
actually-
about it.
I actually
Yeah.
tested Duke Nukem Forever.
Did you?
Yeah.
oh wow,
At a
So it's your
Gearbox.
fault.
No, it's not my fault.
No, I'm being facetious.
It was
Actually-
kind of cool during testing, but yeah, it came
I
out
actually
with-
don't. I actually don't hate it. Like, To be honest with you, I don't hate it. At least the PC version. The console versions are kind of.
I used to do game testing for Gearbox.
That's
software.
cool, man.
Nice. That is
I
awesome.
live near them. So.
Okay.
Yep. I'll do an
That's dope.
unboxing when it comes to. I'll do a video.
Yeah, dude,
So,
please.
yeah.
I'm a big Duke fan too. I got the action figures. I played them all. Duke's, Hail to the King, baby. Yeah, I like. Yeah, he's.
I actually have a little statue right behind me beside the Halo helmet.
Okay, is that the one that came with Forever, the collector's John?
Yeah.
Okay, the Balls of Steel edition.
Yeah.
It's dope. I got the Halo helmet, not down here, but I do have it. The Halo 3 one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have that. I was.
That's what's up there.
Yeah, I was a big Halo guy too. That was probably the last time I cared about online multiplayer was Halo 3. I stopped after that, but I was big into Halo. Halo was my joint. I like that shit. Not even gonna lie. I got a lot of the action figures of that too,
Nice.
boxed away and shit like that too. BioShock, that was my shit. I don't, man, everything coming out now sucks. I'm sorry, it just does. It just doesn't hold my attention. You know what I mean? Like,
Doesn't have that feel like it used to.
Yeah, man.
Everything's
like,
different. It's all robotic now and sterile.
I mean, I haven't even played God of War Ragnarok because I didn't want to play the PS4 version, but I don't want to buy a PS5 because I don't play enough to justify it, and I just so I haven't even played it. It's supposed to be really, really good. I like the other one a lot, but it's even that I was looking forward to it, but I just don't have that drive to be I'm gonna dump all that money on it. It's nah, I'll skip it. It is what it is, or maybe it'll come out on PC, and then I'll get around to it perhaps, but no, I just don't. Nothing grabs me. But like I said, I bought fucking Mario, goddamn day one. You know what I mean? With the emulation,
you're just sticking to what you know and what you're comfortable with. That's all.
Right. Just getting old, man. How about
Ragnarok's good. It's just the problem with those games is you get so distracted with. There's just too much.
There's a lot to do. Yeah, man.
We're spoiled. We're spoiled with these games because you could spend months on them and still never be 100%,
and that's hard for me. And that's hard for me too, because they stretch and put so much padding in them, and I got ADD, HD as it is, man. So and when I had more spare time, I could force myself to find that time to get through the 20, 30, 40 hour games. I just can't anymore. I just lose fucking interest, dude. It'll be like sometimes 3, 4, 5 days between gaming sessions, and then I'm like, what was I doing? Where was I at? I mean, there's other reasons for that too, but regardless, I don't know what's going on anymore. And it's well, do I start over or play something else? And then I play something else and get distracted by that. And what about you, JD? Anything else you need this year, or are you good? And
apart from Space Marine 2, as TJ said, I think the only other one that I held out for really was RoboCop, and I bought that the other day. So that's about the only other one, really.
Yeah.
I mean, there's been nothing else on the horizon that really sort of appeals.
Right.
I really wish there was.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just so reluctant to go to a AAA for the minute, and a load of indie games are coming out. I want to give them proper time, and in order to do that, I've got to shirk a couple of other things. So yeah, I think the only thing for now, if I see out the rest of the year on RoboCop, I'll get Space Marine 2 next year once it gets patched. And and then I think that's me for the minute. I've got nothing. I'm going back into all the retro stuff as well, and into the old stuff again. So
there's just something about it too, the arcade pick up and play too. I don't know about you guys too, but we were talking about the emulation earlier. I like to emulate all arcade games, right? And games I remember not having the quarters to beat, and it's fuck you, start, finally see the goddamn end of Simpsons without blowing $30. You know what I mean? Fucking, Ninja Turtles and all that other shit like that. So you guys into that type of gaming at all, or to play the old shit like that? Yeah.
Yeah. I got a couple arcades actually in here. I have 3 arcades.
I thought I saw that in your a little bit of your game room video or pictures or something. Yeah, that's dope.
I have the Simpsons one because I wanted the 4-player option, but the cool thing with this one is it's online too, so I can play with 3 random people.
No,
that's cool.
Yeah, and then there's a
Yeah.
couple other ones, and then I've got an At Legends. It's like a giant arcade stick.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I
Yeah.
modded that out, and it's got like 2,000 arcade games on it. So
Right.
nice.
That's cool.
yeah.
I just use I got a gaming like a Windows box that I used to emulate everything, but I have arcade sticks, USB joints that I'll use
Yeah,
when I play.
yeah,
you
it's
know.
cool,
Rob
man.
Flynn look
Right.
alike.
The arcade games on the TV, man, they're just they just hit different. They're just way better, bigger sprites, bigger characters.
Yeah, I mean it's
Louder
cool too.
sound.
Like I remember being like a kid, like you always for top of the line graphics, you had to go to the arcade. I mean you were cool
Yeah.
with the 16-bit. I mean fucking the Mortal Kombat Genesis. It was cool, but like nah, like now that you can play the arcade version all the time. Like why would you play the other one, right? But I mean there is some stuff to it, I guess sometimes. But you
That's
get my
what
point
made
though.
Neo Geo so everyone wanted so much because you're literally bringing home the arcade.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good games on the OGO too, man. I mean, obviously, I was growing up and emulating. I couldn't afford that shit back when I was,
Yeah.
But like, there's a lot, especially if you like fighting games. There's a lot, or shoot 'em ups. There's a lot of good both on those systems.
Yeah. That was the appeal, though, because it was really, no kidding, the arcade board, but in a cart form to bring home. And
Exactly. Right,
even in the arcade,
right.
that's what they would do. They would literally put
Yep.
it in the carts,
Yep.
3 different carts, and then
Yep.
orders. So, but yeah, I'm a big arcade guy. I have an arcade here in town, which is nice because it's also a cereal bar, so you can eat cereal and play video games for like $10,
cool.
unlimited. It's all our arcade games you want for $10, and then like a bowl of cereal to start. And it's like $1.50 each bowl after, so it's pretty fun.
Yeah. You know what? I think I saw. I don't know if it's the same as Xbox. I'm sorry, I got distracted for a second, but I remember the cereal thing. I remember watching you walk around a place. Yeah, okay, yeah, dude, that place was so fucking dope too. I was seeing the Back to the Future memorabilia and everything. Like I ever get down
nice.
there.
Yeah, I ever get
to escape. Like when I don't want to be on the dealing with the page or anything or social media,
right.
I go hide at that arcade, and then I go sit in a corner, and then he gives me like a whole case of GameCube games, and I just sit by myself, and no one bothers me.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Is the GameCube retro?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Yeah.
It's getting there. It's getting there. It's getting there.
I think it's got like 2 more years, if I remember right.
Okay.
Oh,
okay.
wow.
What? It just popped into my head too. Some video game related those stuff and also. What would be like the not necessarily your best game or even favorite game you got, but like that one memory that sticks out like of gaming that just like defines the whole reason you're still doing it like now. You know what I mean? Like what was just like that fucking moment? And like for me, like I remember, like I said, we got our Nintendo a little bit late and everything, and I was an '80s and a '90s kid, and one of the things I was way into was Ninja Turtles, right? So I remember earlier I was talking about how there was the difference between the arcade version and the fucking ports, especially on the NES, And I wanted that game so fucking bad. And when I got that game for Christmas that year, dude, like I didn't give a shit about nothing else. I was so happy. So like that's not my favorite game of all time or nothing like that, but just like. But that might be my favorite gaming memory, like finally getting that shit on Christmas Day and playing it in my living room.
Yeah.
Like, like being a little kid, just like obsessed with Nintendo. That was my shit. Ninja Turtles was my other shit, and that was like the hottest arcade game. And like, yeah, it was different, but fuck, man, like I had that shit at home. You know what I mean? I was like, yeah. So that's what I mean. So like, is there like a game like that for you guys? Or like a memory?
Definitely for me, 100%. Shadow of the Beast 2.
Okay.
That was a game for me that I think it's only like an hour and a quarter long, I think. But I remember people used to write into Amiga magazine in Amiga format and say, Jesus, I can't complete this game. This game is so difficult. The development.
Yeah, I don't know if I played the Amiga port. I know I played a Mega Drive port, as you would call it.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. No, just everything about it. The music, the parallax scrolling, the graphics, the sprites, the puzzles. And the fact that the puzzles would randomize, so you could die and you go back through it again, and the puzzles, the levers you had to hit were now they were now a different combination.
Right.
So if you'd memorized it the first time around, it doesn't matter because it's all randomized. And it was for me. That's that's quintessentially. I wanted to beat a game, and it's that same feeling I get when I want to complete a game and I want to platinum it. You know, and
Right,
it's that
right.
same thing that I just think to myself, I've got to get this done. Yeah, Shadow of the Beast 2. And the main reason I
Okay.
bought a PS4 was for the remake of Shadow of the Beast.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Nice.
so yeah, that's me.
Okay.
A great game. Those are great game. Any system that has Shadow of the Beast on, I've collected for. So
Yes,
Oh.
yes.
Nice.
Yeah, they're brilliant.
Nice.
Brilliant. Yeah,
Mhm.
great gaming.
Okay.
even the Lynx version was great.
Yeah, I don't think I
never
played
got
the
into
Lynx. I had a Lynx,
Yeah.
but I didn't have that.
Wow.
I did
Yeah.
have a Lynx
It
though.
was
Yeah.
one of the games I have on the Lynx. I love it.
Okay. Yeah, I had an original Lynx when I was a kid, but I didn't have that. I had fucking Pac-Land and Blue Lightning and maybe Ninja Gaiden.
People hate
Oh,
on me
wow.
because I love Pac-Land. It's like one of my
Pac-Land's
favorites.
good. Pac-Land's good, and that was a decent port of it too.
I think
The
it's 'cause I love-
TurboGrafx has the best port.
The cartoon is probably why I loved it so much. Then
Oh, I like the cartoon too. Yeah, I got the
Right.
fucking DVDs, man. Yeah.
So there's an interesting fact about that, real quick. Not to take away from the subject, but in North America and Europe and Japan, they differ at the end when you reach the end of the level.
Right.
Some will have a cross on the chapel, and some won't. Just
Okay, like Castlevania style fucking censorship,
Just
right?
depends on the region, yeah. So a lot of people,
Interesting.
and then obviously too, the tricks with pushing the posts and the fire hydrants back, so you get secrets from that.
Right.
Yeah, so it's
Okay.
pretty great. I think it's a pretty great game.
I like it. Yeah. Okay. Is that your memory, or do you got a different one?
No, I was just little tidbits. Sorry, I have random.
No, it's all good.
Um,
I'm the same way.
I think mine is just the like I said, when I first had the Game Boy, just the initial feeling of we see things differently as children or as younger eyes. You know, your imagination is a lot different. Like when we had those Tiger LCD games, or when we had the Game Boy, you see it in a different. It felt so real and fantastic and like amazing that you don't see now as an adult. You don't appreciate it now as an adult.
Yeah.
And so I think that's what really got me into gaming is when you just immersed in like Gargoyle's Quest, for instance. I love that game. You know, I just love the latching onto the different walls and like the RPG element, and just it's a great escape as a child, and to try and keep that as an adult is hard, but it is doable. So, but that's really what got me into gaming is just end of the day, and you can just everything disappears around you, and you're in this world. A good game for me is like what people relate to as a good book. People who love books. And that's their escape. They get into that book. They get in that immersive story. Games do that for me. Games are my books. So
yeah,
Definitely.
dude, for real. I'm the same way. Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. What about you, TJ? What's your gaming hook? I guess we'll call it. What hooked you?
I guess when the Sega Genesis first came out.
Okay.
That's a major jump from NES to the Genesis. It's just
I mean,
it was the first time I actually saw how technology like improves and everything. Like
rise from the grave. Right.
Like,
Yeah. No, you're absolutely.
I was mind blown by
made
the speed of Sonic. That was just wow.
Is that
what
made you? That what made you TJ go to Genesis though? Was Sonic and
yeah.
That's I'm always curious because I too was drawn to the Genesis immediately, and that was the first console I bought for myself at 16. And I got the Genesis 2, which was the newer model, the more
yeah.
And there was something so exotic about the Sega Genesis. It just seemed so like they were just like the bad boys and the advertising, and they were pushing the 90s,
flash processing, the attitude,
the vibe of it, right?
Cool.
Don't even, to be honest with you, I was so enamored with it. I don't even remember Nintendo at that time. That's how good of a job Sega did, I think. So
I mean, for a while,
Sega does when Nintendo.
I mean, for a while they were winning in the United States. I think it was close in the United States at the end, and I think worldwide Super Nintendo sold more.
Yeah,
but it wasn't drastic.
No,
but it wasn't. I mean, I agree. I ended up with both. Like I just like games so much that I almost inevitably ended up with everything.
Not like I hated Nintendo,
but I'm with you there, dude. I probably played more Genesis. I think like during that era, like the top of the line, very best Super Nintendo games I might have played as much, but overall, daily, I probably did play my Genesis more too. Especially like the sports games were better.
Yeah.
So, if you had friends come over, fucking, Joe Montana Sports Talk Football or, NFL 95, like I had those. Like I never really played sports outside, but, the games I played, right? So, but,
Yeah.
Sonic was cool too. I liked the fucking cartoon, he had that attitude. He ate chili dogs, he was
Yeah.
like, 90s, so I liked him too. At that point, I probably liked him as a character more than Mario. I think the Mario games are better games, more polished, etc. But as a character, I probably related to Sonic more back then.
Yep.
Things
Yeah.
are different now, Molder and shit. But
Yeah. I totally stayed Sega up until the
yeah,
Saturn, and then after the Saturn,
right.
I
Well,
jumped ship. When the PlayStation 1 came out, then I was a
right,
Sony guy for a while.
right.
Yeah.
I mean, even then too, like I probably played more Sony, but I had the 64 too. Like I had to play.
I didn't. It
You
didn't
have
appeal to
one?
me.
Yeah.
No.
Well, I mean, it had GoldenEye, Perfect Dark, and Zelda, so I mean, I
Yeah.
had it, but I'm with with Resident Evil on the PlayStation. That first fucking Resident Evil, that was a game changer for me. Like
Yeah.
that was like
Zombie's head. The first time you see that,
yeah.
God.
I mean, just the whole experience too.
The
like-
dog comes through the window.
Yeah, I mean, right. And as bad as that acting, and as bad as the acting was, it was still so great. Like,
It was everyone's first real jump scare was
right.
that,
That dog, yeah, man, for sure.
Yeah.
And how the game made you run back through the window as well, past the window. So
Yeah.
You get past, you think, oh, there's no dog there.
Yeah,
You run
yeah,
past again, oh,
yeah.
there's still no dog. The third time, that's it. You're
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
it, every
yeah,
time.
every
yeah,
time, man.
Brilliant.
yeah.
Brilliant.
They got
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
They got it good. And then I like the. Did you ever play the fucking director's cut with the arrange mode where they change shit up on you so it don't have? Yeah, you should try that sometime. It moves shit around, makes the game a little bit different. Yeah. Yeah, so it's called like arrange mode. It's on the director's cut, which actually is a little bit worse than the original one. They changed the music for some reason, and the music is worse. But it has like the analog controls, which I don't give a fuck about. I play with the tank drone anyway, but it does have that. But yeah, I actually prefer the tank controls. I'm that old. Like I don't know, man. Like hot take, like Resident Evil 4, the original one, as good as it is, fucked Resident Evil up. Like I was done after that, kind of, to be for real.
Yeah.
But that's just me. Like I get it, but like I didn't really care again until 7, and even that I just think it's all right. I think the
I
first
stopped playing
part.
after 3.
Yeah, dude. Well, 3 was boss. Like I mean,
I
and
love
like I
3. I
said,
actually have a
yeah.
Nemesis tattooed on me, so yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's how I was too. I liked Code Veronica too. I ain't gonna lie, I did like that. But yeah, fucking yeah. I mean, 4 was cool. I mean, I remember when it came out on the GameCube at the time, and like probably was the best graphics I'd ever seen up until that point, and it still played cool. But even then, I was like, this ain't Resident Evil, but in name. And then it just blew it the fuck up. And I mean, I get it. It is a good game, but like, I don't know. I don't have the love for it that I used to, but I did like 2 and 3, the remakes. Those were good. I did like those. Did you guys play those?
Yeah.
Not yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, those
I
are.
haven't gone back to the older ones. I've played 4 on the Wii is my favorite because I like to use an
The
actual weapon.
controls.
Yeah.
Right.
But I can't go. I tried to go
and I'm
back to
the
the
opposite.
play like the Resident Evil and Silent Hills, and you try to go back to them, and like the controls just feel so foreign now. It's just
Yeah, I guess
hard
that's
to get-
because I guess for me it's like when I started playing them, I also never stopped playing them. Like I still play them a couple times a year. So I guess for me it's a little bit different. But like I mean I get it. I know what you're saying, especially
I go
like,
back to it and I try, and I'm just like, it just doesn't hold my
Right.
attention anymore. It's like playing old Atari anymore. All I see now are just stick figures. You know what I mean?
Right.
Back then, when you were a kid, you were like, "Oh man, this is revolutionary."
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
It just doesn't hold my attention anymore. So.
Right. Yeah, I feel you. But like I said, for me, I guess it's different. It's like rewatching an old movie. I played them so many times that like
Yeah.
it's just
I will say though, that period of with the PlayStation, the Saturn, the Jaguar, the 3DO, all that going on, I think, in my opinion, is probably the best era of gaming ever that we'll never have again. I don't think we'll
Yeah.
ever have again.
Yeah.
The
never will.
malls were alive. There was
Yeah.
competition amongst the stores with the displays. The kiosks were everywhere. There was
Yeah.
remember
I
we had
mean,
demo
that's what
CDs. You could take a
started,
game
yeah.
home for $5, and if you didn't like it,
Yeah.
whatever was $5. They had demos in
Right.
magazines, and then those gaming
Yeah.
magazines. Dude, the whole it's nothing like that anymore
Shareware.
these days.
No.
Yeah.
And the graphical bumps per generation on console.
Yeah, those were
They're so
yeah,
extreme. You can actually
yeah.
feel it.
Right?
You know,
Yeah,
Yeah,
it,
that's
it
it,
was.
it was a
why I like the
fantastic time
Genesis
to
so
game.
much.
Exactly like what TJ said about going from Nintendo
Yeah.
to Genesis.
Yeah,
We
it's
all
just a
yeah.
different
Right.
experience.
yeah, it's I don't know. In my opinion, it's the best. I don't never be like that again. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
No.
Way different
mean-
feel. Now you go into a store and you pick up hopefully a disc, and that's about all you're gonna get with a case, or you get a
Yeah,
disc
a
with the
code.
download code in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then and that's it. And there's nothing really. All the stores look like like a Toys R Us threw up in there. There's just crap that you don't need. There's T-shirts you don't. It's just not the same
Right.
feel, man. Like
No, it's not. I agree on that. For me, I think I'm a little bit more nostalgic for Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis. That generation for me was like the golden age. Though it is tough and difficult, some of the big jumps with the PlayStation era as well.
Yeah,
and the Nintendo
and that
64.
was a fun period because there was just a little bit of competition, but it was a massive competition. It was a great comp of just two titans trying to dethrone each other. It wasn't like the circuits like I was talking about where there was like 6, 7 different people
Right.
trying to become the king of the console war. So yeah, the Sega, Nintendo, the Super Nintendo, and Genesis era was pretty awesome for that, for like the different, back and forth
Sure.
rivalry that they had. But man, once all those other systems came out, I mean, it was just a whole different level.
Hey, I mean, definitely the fucking jumps too. Like, look at like Final Fantasy VII. Like, what if they had stuck with Nintendo and the Nintendo 64? Things would be so different. Like.
Or if Sony had made that merger with Nintendo.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true too. Yeah,
The
we might have got some of that
Nintendo
even
PlayStation.
earlier. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would have been interesting.
Dude, there's so many what ifs in gaming history.
Oh, sure.
The Dreamcast is one of them too. If the Dreamcast had survived,
right. I mean, I liked the Dreamcast. I
Yeah, I
did.
did too.
But
Yeah.
we did get a Dreamcast that lived on with the original Xbox, and we got
That's
all those
true.
those Sega titles that we didn't get with the Dreamcast. So we were blessed with that. But
Yeah. We were
the
talking
Xbox-
about Panzer
that-
Dragoon Orta when you dropped. Did you
Yeah.
like that? Yeah,
Yep.
fucking
I
amazing.
love it.
Yeah,
All the Sega games on the Xbox to me pop. I mean, the Outruns, all of them are just well made.
Yep.
Sega GT, all of them are just and graphically they still
Taxi.
hold up today. Actually, there's a
yeah.
and
Yeah.
I feel like that's what the Dreamcast could have been. It could have been the
Sure.
Xbox. And if you look at it too, I mean, if you look at your original Xbox, it has the Microsoft CE display on it. So
Yep.
clearly it was already a Microsoft machine, but
Right.
we can't, this was frustrating yet enjoyable to talk about with you guys. Is that we long for the what ifs and the what could be. And,
True. Right.
And then when we get done and we all leave and go our separate ways tonight, we'll be back into the future of.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Except
that's
for me,
what
I'm
we have.
gonna go play Monkey Island.
There you go.
Nice.
There you go. I mean, that's true. I might play Mario, but it'll be the new one. So yeah, it's like
I started playing Myst again.
Oh man.
yeah. I actually
Brilliant
fucking
game.
for its time, it really was. I actually finally ended that a few years ago. Like I never got through what I was doing. I was a kid. Like
I
I,
didn't
was
either.
like,
I never got through it.
I was too
But,
frustrated.
but I forced myself to get through it a couple years ago. I was like, I gotta beat this fucking game, and I
Yeah.
did. It's a cool experience for what it is.
Yeah,
It's good in
man,
VR
good.
too.
Interesting.
Oh, you know what? I didn't even think about trying it in VR. That might put a
Wow.
whole other spin on
They,
it.
they had Myst in VR.
That's
Yes.
cool.
Yeah.
Interesting.
wow.
Yeah.
That
'Cause
was
I like fucking around. I like fucking around with some VR. I'm not I have an Oculus too, and I got the
Nice.
side loaded so I can fucking go wireless and all that shit. So like, I was kind of into it for a minute, but
I tried.
I'm not like super hype on it. Some games are cool. Half-Life Alyx was fucking
Half-Life
definitely
Alyx
worth
is
it.
all
That
about
like
Half-Life
yeah,
Alyx.
that was definitely worth it.
Yeah.
Some of the other
Resident
stuff,
Evil 4 VR.
yeah, it's cool, but it didn't make me beat it. but I did play it. It was cool seeing it in VR. For me, the best thing for me was I sideloaded that joint and I got it the original fucking Doom and Doom 2. I playing those in VR and
That's crazy.
downloaded all kinds of fucking
That sounds
crazy
awesome.
Yeah.
That
and
sounds
download
very
all the
awesome.
fucking and download all the like crazy like mods like Project Brutality and all that other shit like that and just like
I didn't know that stuff was on VR.
yeah, it's crazy. I'll send you a link later. I got another small YouTube channel that I just put random dumb shit up on. It's nothing big or nothing, but there's actually a video if you want to check it out that I have of me playing it up there. John's seen it. Yeah.
I did the same one as well a few months back. Project,
Yeah.
everything installed. God,
Oh, did you?
such a
Yeah,
big
it's
project.
sick.
Yeah,
It's sick.
And,
Quake
the
and
Wolfenstein one as well.
yeah, the Wolfenstein. They got that. They got Return to Castle Wolfenstein. They got
Nice.
fucking Half-Life, the original one.
Oh, wow.
Jeez.
That's good in
Wow.
VR too. And Half-Life 2 is
bad,
good in
man.
VR.
God,
Half-Life
Half-Life
2
is-
in VR.
How about
Yeah, that.
Crazy.
Yeah,
That-
you
that-
know,
that feels like
I've never
shit
played.
in VR.
Yeah, I've never played a proper one. There's like it doesn't work right. Like it's not made for it, you know. But there's like a fan made one that gives you kind of an idea, but it's not as good as it would be if Valve did it, you know. So, but I wish there was an official one. That would be pretty fucking dope. Or
the fan one made play it. It's excellent.
yeah, I did play it.
genuinely
I did play it. Yeah, I did play it. I think it would be better if Valve made it, but it's definitely it's playable.
Yeah.
But
Good. Very good.
But yeah, for me it was just weird that like I got this fancy VR thing and the only thing I did was fucking learn how to play Doom on it, you know, like and Quake 2, like you know. But it is pretty dope just sitting there too, and I don't got to use the TV, and since they're old, I don't got to stand since I'm a fat lazy man. That's a good thing. I just prop myself up on the couch, my helmet. I'm like Doom, you know, it's pretty cool.
That is cool.
Yeah. So. I think there's some future in VR if it gets like even more convenient, like if the headsets get smaller, like some sunglasses or some shit. Like eventually they'll get there too, you know. Like I think it can breathe life into like some dead genres too. Like how else are you gonna do like a modern version of a light gun game that's good, right? You need to do it in VR, don't you? I mean, right?
Yeah,
Like,
there is an on-rail shooter for the Quest, isn't there?
there's a whole bunch. Yeah, I mean, there's a whole bunch, but like
they're
not
all
even
missing
that.
Something.
Yeah, right. But like, not even that though. Like, I mean, just how else are you gonna do it? Like, LCD TVs don't work with the Lycons. They don't fucking make them anymore. The ones on the computer basically are just a mouse. It's a Wii thing. Like, it's okay, but it's not the same. But in VR, you got the fucking laser. Like, you can shoot. Like, those are pretty dope. I got a couple. I think those could be good in VR.
I'd like to see House of the Dead in VR. A proper release of House of the Dead.
Yeah, proper
in VR.
one. Yeah, I agree. That's probably my favorite on-rail shooter or whatever. But another thing that was cool. Another thing that is cool too is I had this joint that puts NES games into it. Right, it's a special emulator and it fucking changes the sprites to like 3D and shit. I played Duck Hunt. It was boss. It was boss.
They should
Brilliant.
do one with that Aerosmith game, the shooter game.
Yeah, Revolution X.
Yeah.
Fucking yeah. It played like the Terminator too.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorites. I still fuck around with that on the emulator sometimes. That's the good Terminator video game. Or one of the only ones anyway. So.
Terminator Resistance. Do you ever,
Yeah, you were
Resistance.
telling me.
Did you ever play that?
You were telling me on the
Brilliant.
360.
Made by the same
Yeah.
people that did.
I played it. Yeah.
Robocop.
Yep. It's
What
so
did you
good.
think of it? Deva?
I played
yeah.
the newer one for the Xbox One, which is a nicer version. I do have the 360
Yeah.
one, but on the Xbox One, it's way nice. But dude, I love it.
Yeah.
You definitely feel like you're in there, like taking out it plays just like you said, like RoboCop too. Graphically, it's just amazing.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's superb, and the way it places you in the Resistance is great as well. And
Yeah.
you're,
Yeah. Yeah.
and it just running around Pasadena after the bombs have gone off, and you actually have to hide from the Terminators. But when
Okay.
they look at you, their eyes just pierce you, or at least they pierce me. I'm playing, I'm like, oh god, there's nothing.
Right.
Yeah, you gotta be real tactical about it too. You can't just go guns a-blazing. That's what I like about it too. Is it makes you kind of you gotta kind of hold back a little, or you're just gonna get annihilated. So
Interesting.
yeah, it definitely makes you
Very
think
good.
because RoboCop's not like that though. RoboCop, you can just lay waste to everything.
Yeah, you're a human tank.
Yeah, there's no that is your tactic. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna hop on board RoboCop. I've been
man.
convinced. I've been debating it anyway. So
I will tell you
Just
this because I don't want to
throwing
give.
people out.
this. I don't want to get spoilers, but just
Fuck it.
the beginning alone, when you first go into it, it's already
Right.
playing. It's playing the music from the movie right off the bat.
Oh, that's
And
awesome.
and as soon as you hear that music and you pull that gun out and you just start getting rid of
Right.
it, oh, dude,
Ah, man.
I'm
I
telling you,
mean,
man, you're
I gotta
hooked.
get this.
yeah, it's gonna
And
be fun. I
you
mean,
pull up in the '86 Taurus.
right.
Oh,
and-
nice.
That's what I'm saying. It's gonna be
Oh,
boss
man.
too, man.
Yeah,
I
dude,
got
it's-
excited seeing. I like seeing him in fucking Mortal Kombat 11. That was enough for me.
I know.
So
I
this is,
literally,
you know,
I literally got
yeah.
tickets just for RoboCop.
Right, right.
yeah.
I mean,
That's the
I
only
got-
reason.
yeah, I got it all. I like to fucking make the Terminator fight RoboCop. I won't even play. I'll just watch it. I'm like, like,
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't even.
Then I got
play it.
Rambo in there for some reason now too. You know,
Yeah.
like why not? You know,
My sons
Rambo,
play it. They're happy I got
Okay.
it, and I was like, "Well, I only got it because of RoboCop." So
Right. Well,
So at
thank
least
you,
I got my money's
RoboCop. Yeah, thank you, RoboCop.
Yeah.
Right. It's awesome. Yeah, I definitely gotta buy that. So, all right. Well, gentlemen, thank you all for hanging out. We're going a little over 2 hours now. I'm sure we
Yeah,
all have had a long day, and I had a long day. That was early in the morning over there in the UK for Mr. JD there.
I know,
So,
man. He's up super late.
It's all good.
yeah, I want to thank you for taking the time to hang out with us and chat and do something, talking something a little bit, not music, but something that we're all got in common as we like music and the video games. So I thought this would be a cool panel, and this is a conversation I was looking forward to have. And this is pretty dope to be able to talk to some people that are just as into the video game shit as I am, and be able to talk about that. So.
Thanks very much.
Yeah, same. I could do this for another hour still if I want. But I know I've got friends over in the UK, so I'm like, JD.
Right.
It's okay. I can keep going. I slept for 5 hours this afternoon.
Oh,
I'm
all
good.
right.
Well, hey, you just got something else you just want to throw out there. I hang around for a little bit longer. I just don't want to be the
One
reason
final
everybody
thing
else
to
is
say
hanging
about
around.
RoboCop.
Yeah,
I
man.
know it's been quite a lot, and again, it's not a spoiler. It's not a spoiler. Is it a spoiler? No, it's not a spoiler. I think you've seen it in the gameplay trailers. Throwing somebody out of a 20th story building is hilarious.
Yeah. Yep. I know exactly.
Yeah.
I had Die Hard flashbacks, and I literally in my head I was like, "Oh boy, I hope that wasn't one of the hostages."
Yeah, I was too
Okay.
slow. And still the game proceeded, and I was like, oh, good.
Okay.
All right.
But it was good fun. Really
Okay.
good fun. Just throwing people out windows.
Sounds like it could be a song, a collab.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll all collab. We'll have RetroRob do the introduction. What do you think, Rob?
Sure. I mean, I won't
Let's do-
sing, but
Yeah, we can talk. We'll write a song about RoboCop.
That'd be awesome.
We could. Let's do
That'd
it.
be really awesome.
Let's do it. Write this shit down, Dom. You said you're back. Write it down. Very cool. Very cool. Very cool.
all right. Well, I guess I'll hop off then. I'll go finish playing my game, and I'm hitting the road here on Wednesday, so I'm trying to get a lot of stuff done before I take off. So I'm gonna be on
Right,
a
you
3-week tour.
Right. You want to tell anybody about that that's still watching? Give us some news. Anybody wants to keep up?
Yeah, we're throwing a party in the town of Morrow, Ohio. There's a game store there called Bigfoot Gaming, and we're gonna hang out there, play some games for the community. We're gonna buy everyone in the town, and everyone who shows up, we're buying pizza. So I don't know how much that's
Nice.
gonna be yet, but we've got live bands. We've got local bands that are gonna be playing all day. So it's live music, pizza, video games, and a lot of small businesses. So everyone come out and shop, buy some stuff. It's pretty awesome. It's a small town. They're pretty excited that this is going to happen. I didn't know it was going to turn into what it's turning into, but
That's amazing.
and then from there, I'll be going to Torg Gaming Expo. I got a media pass for the weekend, so I'm going to be getting some footage, meeting a lot of YouTube people that I've been fans of for so long, and now finally get to hang out with them. So that's
cool.
going to be pretty awesome. And then, I've got a panel that weekend. I've got an hour-long panel where we'll be discussing retro gaming and the future of digital gaming. So if anyone's at Torg and they want to come say hi to us, we got a panel for an hour or so. And then from there, I've been invited out to a couple other places along the way of the East Coast, and then I make my way down to Florida, and then finally I'll have Thanksgiving with my folks. So,
Cool, man.
Yeah.
All right.
It's awesome.
All right. TJ, what you got going on, man?
Just trying to finish this album.
Okay. Okay.
Man, I realized the album is going to be like almost an hour or maybe an hour and a half long.
Okay.
Amazing.
Wow.
Yeah, I didn't mean for it to be that long, but it's turned
Wow.
out that way.
Thank you, buck, man. I'd rather
Yeah.
have longer music than short music. So
Well, there
Yeah.
you go. All right. All right. Well, Eddie, what do you think the ETA on that is?
I can't really say.
Right. I feel you.
Yeah, I mean, I have one track that's like 24 minutes long, and
Okay.
that's so hard to write lyrics for.
Yeah. I struggle with like 3 minutes, so I get it,
Yeah.
man. I get it. I get it.
24. Wow.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
get it. I get it. There's only so many times that you can say 1999, you know?
Yeah.
And like,
We should do
Yeah,
one like
so-
that. It's
you know,
an
like,
hour long of 1999.
yeah, I mean, at one point it's like copy paste, copy paste, copy paste. You know it, you know it, you know it. Mr. Death Pigeon, Mr. JD Quad, what you want to shout out, my brother?
Hello. So yeah, we just Pigeon just finished. Just put out the third EP. Thanks to everybody for their support on that one. That's been amazing. And from a GD Quad perspective, just again got more unboxings next week. More consoles have arrived this week. Got more stuff unboxing and more games playing. I might delay a couple of retro games just to get RoboCop out there because I just can't stop playing. So I think that's going to be just going to be RoboCop now for the next
Right.
couple of weeks.
And
Okay.
you're gonna drop their links in the comments or anything after this, so we know where to find them for their streaming and
Yeah.
stuff.
Oh yeah, you guys definitely should do that. Drop
Yeah.
drop your links.
Well, I'll follow you guys. I don't know what you guys stream on, but I'll find you.
Cool. Thanks so much. Yeah, I'll
Yep.
do the same. Yeah, I think I do anyway with you, Rob. I think I do. I think I do with everybody.
Okay. Yeah.
That's cool. Thanks so much.
Very cool, very cool.
Yep, that's where I stream at.
There we go. We got a comment coming up there, DJ. On
I'm on
Twitch.
YouTube based. I used to do Twitch.
I was doing Facebook for the longest time. 'Cause I was doing really good on here, but then this got really bad.
Yeah.
Like,
They're
all
kind
the
of
stuff Facebook does is just
Facebook's been kind of dropping a ball with streamers and reels and stuff, and they've been kind of
Yeah.
chinsy with their money too now all of a sudden. So
yeah, very.
yeah.
Right. Yeah, I wouldn't know nothing about any of that. I'm just doing it for fun at this moment. Yeah, I mean, so yeah, we got that going on. The streaming, they got the links in there. Make sure you give them guys a follow if you like what was going on here and hanging out. And this has been a dope ass discussion. I'd like to do this again, maybe down the line. Another recap, some more gaming news updates, when some new games come out or something. Talk
Yeah.
about them. Like I said, man, if there's anything else other than metal I like, it's video games. So
Yep.
this
It goes-
this is right up my
Goes well
alley.
together.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah, no doubt.
Thanks again.
No doubt. Thank you all for being here. Thank the audience. Thank you for my experimentation on a game.
Whatever. That was fun, man. That's probably
That
the
was
funnest
really
All
part.
fun.
right, we'll do that. We can,
That's
yeah,
really
we'll-
awesome.
I'll get that ironed out with the sound, and we can do some other shit too. Put that together. Maybe do every few weeks, do some type of game night play with the audience and shit. And I thought that was fun too.
Cat butt forever.
Right, cat butt forever. yeah,
So I could see
So-
every single day of my life.
right,
Cat ass.
right, right. Well, everyone, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for hanging out. It's been a pleasure. It's been a good time. The only other thing that I would like to do is once again just shout out Yellow for Yanis. I meant to put that up earlier, but I'm still a noob, and it's up here now. Now anybody who follows or hangs out or in this community for the most part knows what's up with this. But if you don't, look it up. Very important cause. We all get behind. Donate if you can. Also today, I was exposed to another thing I want to highlight here for other sick kids with rare diseases that go unchecked and unnoticed. I don't know a whole lot about this particular one. I just heard about it today when I was out, and I met a person and her children, and I thought I could bring some attention to that one too, so I wanted to
Right
bring
on.
that up. Check that out again. Um, I'm a parent, so when stuff hit kids, it kind of affects me. So if I can bring attention to anything, if nothing else, I'd like to do that. So here we are. Check those two organizations out. And if nothing else, share it. They're rare, so they're tough to get research and funds and medicine made for. So the more people who are aware of it, the more likely that is to happen. So even a share, making somebody aware of it, that could be the difference. So
Yep.
check that out. Once again, I want to thank the audience. Once again, I want to thank you guys for coming out and hanging out and talking about the games. And this has been the AO discussion.
Thanks, everyone.
Yep.
Good
Thank
night,
you.
everyone. Thank you.
It was awesome. Enjoyed it.